We are controlling transmission. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to
Skeeters Baseball.
Deep to left field, going back to the track, to the wall, and he got it off.
After missing the playoffs last year, the Skeeters look to get back to their winning ways as they strive to win it all again this season.
Holy cow!
Follow the Skeeters all season long as they drive for the 2018 Atlantic League Championship.
I don't believe what I just saw!
The Skeeters' new skipper, Pete Incaviglia, and his boys are primed to win it all as they look to claim the second title in franchise history.
Sugarland, it doesn't get any sweeter.
This is a live presentation of Sugarland Skeeters Baseball. Skeeters Baseball begins now.
And look who's coming up.
So let's go to the broadcast booth with the voice of the Sugarland Skeeters, Ira Liebman.
Welcome to Sugarland, Texas. We're live at Constellation Field, home of your Sugarland Skeeters, where tonight in Game 3 of a 6-game series, Skeeters and Ducks tied at 1 game apiece. The Freedom Division first and second half champions come in at 80-42 with a 39-20 record in the second half. The Ducks looking for that last and final playoff spot, 66-56. They are 36-23 and clinging on for dear life with just 1 game up on the Somerset Patriots. Skeeters will send out their right-hander Connor Wade, 8-5 with a 3.16 ERA. He is 4th in the league with that 3.16 ERA against Jake Fisher, who is 7-7 with a 4.03 ERA. And Fisher comes into today's game. He comes in 9th in the league in ERA. Today is game number 123 of the season. Just 3 games left after tonight. Home game number 70. Hi, I'm Ira Liebman, joined again by Ryan Poster. And big day last night, Ryan. Some numbers I'll throw out, and you can explain them all, of course. Clinching the second half. Second time in Skeeters history they've clinched both the first and second half in the same season. But the numbers are 33, 80, and 51.
All right, so let's go 33 to start right there where you started. That's Felipe Paulino getting his 33rd save, which obviously set the Skeeters single-season record. And, man, what a season for Felipe. And ironically breaking, or I guess coincidentally breaking the record of Derek Loop, who's now on the Skeeter staff as well. And if it was not for that solo home run he gave Daniel Fieldtool here from a little bit later, his ERA would have been below 1, too. So overall, it wasn't like, because the save stat can be, overrated sometimes, but it was not overrated. He was getting the job done.
Looked at his whip. .99, so he stayed under 1 for a whip. And, of course, the 51st win was also big for the Skeeters.
Yeah, that's the 51st home win of the year, which set the record. And they're going to set their home winning percentage record as well. So they have the home wins and home winning percentage record back from 2013, which was an incredible season in its own right. But Skeeters, they've been getting it done at home this year. They're over 75% on the winning percentage.
And, of course, 80 wins, which we didn't think that was big of a deal, but you dug out some numbers on that as well.
Yeah, so the 80 wins is just the 3rd time in franchise history. But keep in mind, in 2013 and 14, the 2013 team winning 95 games, 2014 team winning 80 games. Those both came in a regular season of 140 games. You're playing 14 games less this year, so that's pretty impressive. And they're, barring a major setback, they're likely going to get an 81st win to have the second most wins in franchise history.
The Skeeters clinched the second half as well last night. The Ducks, there's a lot of scenarios, but what it boils down to, the easy part, is they need 2 wins in this series, and they are in. They might be the division champs. They might be the wild card, but either way, they play the Patriots, and the Skeeters will play the Barnstormers. However, we talked about this last few days, and I looked up some numbers. Scoring first and the opponent scoring first is becoming a bigger and bigger deal for the Skeeters. They are 62-13 when they score first. That is enormous. When the opponent scores first, they are 17-29. And I did some math. Last 26 games have been decided by 3 runs or less in 21 of the 26. 2 runs or less in 19 of them, and 1 run or less 11. Now that is a big stat, especially that last one with Paulino. Looks like he's going to be on the shelf for the rest of the season.
Yeah, being without Felipe, likely due to injury, that's going to be a tough break. Obviously, like you said, especially because they're playing so many close games. that's just going to open up an opportunity, which is going to be that guy that gets the late inning role and takes those late innings. Is it going to be Matt West? Is it going to be Gene Machi? Is it going to be Derek Loop? You know what I mean? There's a lot of decisions to come, and I'm sure these last couple games are going to be a good barometer as far as who's going to be that late inning guy that kind of locks down those games.
Well, a guy who homered last night off of Polino. He led off the ninth with a home run, and that was Daniel Fields. We'll hear from him when we get back here on the Skeeters pregame show in just a moment.
Hey, Skeeters fans, if you're a senior, 55 or over, we have a great deal for you. Join our Silver Skeeters Club presented by Advanced Hearing Center. Silver Skeeters Club members receive admission to 9 Skeeters home games, free drink coupons on game days, exclusive VIP events, and much more. If you're a Skeeters fan aged 55 or over, don't miss out on this great opportunity. For more information, go online to sugarlandskeeters.com.
Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back to the Skeeters pregame show. Ira Liebman here with former big leaguer and Ducks outfielder Daniel Fields. Daniel, let's start with your dad, Bruce. Quite a minor league ball player, 3 batting titles. What are some of the things that you learned from your dad?
Well, everything. We always work in the off season and even to this day hitting. So he's taught me everything I know. He's pretty good at, if I'm playing struggling or anything, I can always call him, let him know what I'm doing, how I'm feeling. And he always knows what to tell me, like, oh, no, try this, do this. And usually it always works. So he's been very helpful over my career playing. He knows my swing, better than anybody. So whenever I have trouble, I can always call on him. And he knows what to say and how to fix it. So.
Sometimes some of the greats, because some things came so naturally to them, it's hard for them to teach what they do because it comes so easy to them. Yeah. Was it hard for your dad to kind of say, hey, well, do this because it always worked for me?
No, because, he knows that, not every hitter is the same. So, different guys need to do different things. So he's never been the guy to teach, people just one way how to do it, or been like, okay, this is what I used to do, so you got to do the same thing I did. So he's pretty good at, knowing how different guys work, how their swings work, and how to, work around that. So, he's very good at what he does, and I've been blessed to have him as my dad and be able to help me out over all these years.
We're speaking to the Ducks' Daniel Fields. Now, he spent 14 years in the minors. He'll spent 3 years in the big leagues with Detroit and with Seattle, and he got to play with some unbelievable guys, Hall of Fame manager Sparky Anderson, Alan Trammell and Jack Morris, who just got into Hall of Fame this year, Darrell Evans, and with Seattle, guys like Harold Reynolds, Edgar Martinez, Ken Griffey Jr.'s first year, Randy Johnson, Omar Vizquel. What are some of the great stories he had for you over the years about playing with those guys and what he learned?
He just the experience being around those guys, just being he picked up a lot of things, that they would, kind of say how they felt hitting. So, obviously, a lot of that stuff went a long way for him because, he was able to help use some of that stuff for him when he was playing and stuff like that. Obviously, it worked well for him, winning the batting titles and stuff that he did. So, there's, a lot of stuff, he used to tell us about, stuff they used to say hitting-wise and the different approaches they used to have at the plate. A lot of those stories, obviously, they're great. Love hearing all the stories he has. And
got a good one you can share?
Nothing comes right to my mind right now. But I know a lot of the memories that that I still have. Just the times he was coaching. My brother and I, able to go with him to the field and just being able to meet all the players and stuff. He was coaching and stuff like that. So I remember all those memories, and that stuff is something I'm always going to remember for the rest of my life.
One of the things was your dad was a hitting coach with Detroit, and as a 12-year-old with a wood bat, you hit a ball out of Comerica Park?
Yeah, so I was taking a batting practice, and actually Pudge Rodriguez was throwing batting practice to me because his son was there, who was actually in the major leagues now pitching with the Giants. So we were taking batting practice hitting, and I was 12, had a wood bat, and one swing, bam, hit it, and I was like, oh my, I hit that ball pretty well. End up hitting a home run. Then the next swing, I try to, hit another one. I try to, swing too hard and I end up breaking my bat at the next swing. But, so that's definitely a great memory I have.
Did you drop some jaws?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because a lot of people were like, sitting around the cage just watching this, and everybody kind of stopped like, did you just do that? So, yeah, that was definitely one of the best memories I had when I was growing up and going to the field with my dad. So that was some very good times then.
Did that tell you at 12, hey, I think I'm going to be a big leaguer someday?
I never really, Obviously, I knew I wanted to play baseball, but it was kind of around that time when, just hanging out around the field, especially being in the big
How about
league,
that, fans?
clubhouse, where I was
Thirsty
kinda like,
Thursday. Everybody excited
what
about
I want
that?
to do when I get older. So
That's
that
what
moment
I'm
definitely,
talking about. All right, okay, Shane, I'm down here with my friend Vivian. Vivian is our Aero Plumbing lucky fan of the game. Now, Vivian, like I said,
that definitely is something that kind
one
of
of the Skeeters hits either
start
of the
thinking about,
Aero
I want to
Plumbing
do this
foul
when I got
pole,
older.
you're walking home with $500 extra tonight.
Your
So
dad
good luck.
was also a very
Shane,
good
now tell me,
manager.
who
In fact,
is
he
our
was the
holiday hit
Class
cleaners,
A West Michigan
cleanup batter of
Whitecaps
the game?
manager from 97 and 2000, winning the Midwest League Manager of the Year twice in 97 and 2000. You say how good he works with you. What do you think he does so well that made him such a good manager when he worked with others?
Just a player's manager. He know the right buttons to push. Obviously, he let guys go out there and play. So obviously, I definitely remember a lot of those times, being there when he was in West Michigan, also when he was in Toledo, with the Mud Hens managing there. So, like I said, I know a lot of guys who used to play for him who are actually coaching now. I've actually played for some of those guys who are like, hey, I had your dad when he was coaching. They're like, oh, I used to love, playing for your dad. So it feels good, going to different organizations and seeing those guys who, play for my dad. And then, I got a chance to play for them who, have just great things to say about him and just say how they love playing for him, and stuff like that. So, obviously that, makes it, known that, he was a good manager and a good guy to play for. So, like I said, a lot of times I run to those guys. They always have just great things to say about him.
Come from a very athletic family, Daniel. You mentioned your brother, and you got to kind of hang out in big league clubhouses. And he was an older brother. He was drafted in the 42nd round by the Indians in 2010. Didn't go quite as far as you did. But what did he teach you? Of course, you don't always want to listen to dad, but when you have an older brother, sometimes, the older brother's a better voice than dad.
And that's actually very true, especially I remember my first year in high school when I was a freshman. My brother was a senior. That was the first time we actually ever played together for our high school team. So it was great having him on the team because I struggled when the season first started and I wasn't playing a lot. But then all of a sudden, the coach started working me in there. I started playing every day, and even times where something was going on, and I was hitting. My brother, he was watching me hit, and he would even be able to say, hey, you're doing this. And I was able to do the same thing with him too. Like if I saw somebody, hey, you're doing this, doing that. So that first year in high school, my brother helped me a lot, and even now, like I definitely work with my dad all the time, but I also work with my brother too in the off season, stuff like that. So he throws to me, flips to me, and so we always talk about hitting and stuff like that. So even to this day, both my dad and my brother, they've helped me out a lot, and they're always there helping work with me in the off season. So they've helped a lot.
Speaking to you, Ducks outfielder Daniel Fields, speak about your high school career in 2009, your senior year at Detroit Jesuit High School. You're named Mr. Baseball, which is best player in the state of Michigan. That's quite an honor.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It felt very good hearing that I won that award. So that was a very important year for me. When I was coming up in my senior year in high school. So I was just very blessed. Have a good year. And it was able to help me launch the career I've had, and get into pro ball, and have my dreams come true playing in the major league. So that's something I always remember, and always look back on, and feel like that was a good accomplishment, able to win an award for like the best player in your state. So that was I was just very grateful for that.
Now, you had a scholarship to go to Michigan, but you're a much bigger Michigan State fan. Your mom went to Michigan State. How tough was that to pass up on, kind of a pretty good rivalry there at home?
It was tough because, I was considering both Michigan and Michigan State. There were some other schools, down south I was considering, but ultimately I wanted to stay a little closer to home when I was deciding to go to college. And, at the time, Michigan, the program was a little better than Michigan State's at the time. So even though I was a huge Michigan State fan, I ended up choosing to go.
Mom might have thrown you out of the house.
No, but they were cool with it. They always said, just make the best decisions, for you. We're always going to support you. So, I made a decision. They were cool for it. So, I decided to go there, but obviously I got drafted and decided to, sign and stuff like that. So, but obviously I'm a huge Michigan State fan. That's never going to change.
How's they looking this year? What are you thinking?
Had some high hopes, but then they ended up losing that second game to Arizona State, so they ended up that hurt. So, but hopefully, we can bounce back and finish the season strong. So I got faith in my boys though.
Speaking of the former big leaguer Daniel Fields, Daniel, you get up to the big leagues for one game, but you do go 1 for 3. You get one big league hit, a double. What was that whole experience, that whole day like for you?
It was great. Just being there. Obviously, had my family come to the games when I was there. So leaving a lot of tickets. Seeing a lot of people. But no, it was a great experience, especially getting that hit, having a lot of people in the stands, you're able to see it. So that meant a lot, you know. So because obviously I know there's some guys who get up there and don't get the experience to getting that first hit or something like that. So you know, for me being able to get in that one game that I did get in, and you know, being able to hit a double and stuff like that, it was special.
Speaking of Daniel Fields of the Ducks, last year, your first year in the Atlantic League with Bridgeport, you had 297, 12 home runs, 51 RBIs. What do you think the Atlantic League has helped you?
It's helped a lot because, I mean, going in, you know, I didn't know what to expect because obviously it was my first year in the league last year. But, you know, playing different teams and, you know, seeing the quality of, you know, players out here, guys who are former big leaguers, and then guys who, you know, sign with the organizations and then, you know, end up getting back to the big leagues, you know, in that same year. So, you know, kind of coming into it, I kind of thought that, you know, I don't know how good it's going to be. But, you know, when I first got here, I'm like, you know, the league is a lot better than I thought, you know. So it's very comparable, you know, to like AA, you know, a little bit of AAA. So, I mean, it's helped me, you know, able to kind of learn myself, especially really not having like a true hitting coach. And sometimes you have like a player coach. So it's really helped me kind of, you know, figure myself out and kind of how to learn my own swing when you don't have that one hitting coach who's really focused on, you know, how your at-bats are going, because obviously they're playing too, so they got to, you know, focus on themselves. So it's helped me kind of learn my own swing and really kind of help me pick up, you know, hitting and everything, how everything connects a lot more quick than before.
Ducks closing in on the final playoff spot. What do you feel you bring to a team?
Just trying to just energy, you know, especially on the defensive side. You know, try to help our ball club out. You know, especially balls that are hit, trying to go after them as hard as I can.
Shane, I've got Albert and Victoria, and guys, you know, we can't get a baseball game started without two magical words. Are you ready?
Just trying to, you know, help.
Let's get it started, all right?
And, you know, when guys are in scoring position, you know, trying to do my part, get guys in. So obviously, not
there we
go.
Nice work, y'all. All right, Shane,
you know,
back to you, bud.
Things to help the team out, and you know, hopefully these last 4 games we can close out that. You know, see how far we can go.
Mentioned hitting coaches here. Lou Ford has been here for a long time as a player coach. He's been a dominant force in this league for years, 8 years in the big leagues. What has he taught you?
You know, everything. Like, you know, a lot of times in the cage, you know, he might see something that I'm doing, and you know, he might point it out, like, you know, with your hands, you know, try to stay through the ball a little bit more. So he's been very good for me, especially early in the season when I was kind of struggling a little bit. You know, there were some little things that he was seeing. So we would, you know, get in the cage and we would kind of just talk a little bit about some of the stuff he saw. So that stuff's that's helped out a lot. And you know, obviously Lou's a great player, great guy. You know, and I've been blessed, you know, to have him this year to, you know, help me along the way, and you know, I'm been thankful for that.
Former big leaguer and Ducks outfielder Daniel Ford back here in the Skeeters.
Welcome back to Constellation Field. Time to take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Long Island Ducks. Ruby Silva will lead it off. He'll be at second. Daniel Fields, we just heard from him. He'll be in center and bat second. Lou Ford, you just mentioned Lou. He'll be the DH batting third. The cleanup hitter and third baseman Taylor Ard. At first, David Washington batting fifth. Batting sixth is Ramon Cabrera, the switch hitting catcher. Batting seventh, Miles Williams. He'll be in right. Batting seventh, and Anthony Vega is in left, batting eighth. And batting ninth, shortstop Cody Bucket. Now stepping in is Ruby Silva, 262, 2 home runs, 14 RBIs. First pitch by Skeeters right-hander Connor Wade is into left center field for a base hit. So first pitch, a hit for Silva, 1 on and none out. Take a look at the Skeeters defensively. Barrett Barnes in left, Anthony Jansanti in center, Dennis Phipps in right. Around the infield diamond, Juan Silveri at third. The double play combination of Alvaro Rondon and Tony Thomas playing second for the first time. Derek Norris is at first. Albert Cordero behind the dish, and on the mound, all-star Connor Wade. Wade, 8-5, looking to become the first Skeeters pitcher to reach 9 wins this year. 3.16 ERA, 26 game, 20 starts so far, 130 2/3, 74 Ks, and just 18 walks, allowing 141 pitches, 141 hits. He is 26 years old. The right-hander is 6'1", 198 from Scottsdale, Arizona. 1-0 the count here on Fields. Our pregame interview, 261, 8 home runs, 38 RBIs. This one chopped foul, just past the Skeeters dugout on the right side. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. If you missed the pregame interview, Fields made it to the big leagues for 1 game with Detroit. He went 1 for 3 with a double, so always have that 1 big league hit. Stands very deep on the box. In fact, his back heel is out of the batter's box. Very, very close stance. And feet very close together. This one way inside. Almost hits Fields in the feet. 2 balls and 1 strike to count here to Fields. Fields' dad played 14 years in the minors, 3 years in the bigs, and he won 3 batting titles in the minors. And with the Tigers and the Mariners, got to play with some Hall of Famers, including Ken Griffey Jr. when he was a rookie with Seattle. He's won Chop Foul. Also got a chance to play with the Tigers with Hall of Fame manager Sparky Anderson and Alan Trammell and Jack Morris, who just got into the Hall of Fame this year. Also, other players like Edgar Martinez, and the list goes on and on. Darrell Evans, just some great players. 2-2 the count here on Fields. A throw to first. Getting back in, standing up is Ruby Silva. Skeeters and Ducks tied at 1 game apiece in this 6-game series. The Skeeters clinched the second half as well as the first earlier this season. They won both halves. The Ducks looking to clinch the last playoff spot. So the scenario is right now, Somerset and the Skeeters are in because they already both won the first half. The Skeeters icing on the cake. They won the second half yesterday. Not necessary. They were in either way. The Barnstormers are in as well. They have clinched a playoff spot. The Ducks need this scenario. If they're looking for help, there's about 4 scenarios. But the easiest route for the Ducks is that they need to win 2 of the last 4 games here. If they do, they're in. There goes Silva. This one is fouled off to the left side into the net. I'll do the 3-2 again here one more time. Coming back to first is Ruby Silva, the second baseman. If they only win 1 of these next 4 games, including tonight, and they're going to need some help. York is playing Somerset, so unfortunately for York, if they're playing anybody else, Somerset winning would work in their favor. But because they're playing Somerset, they need to win themselves. There goes Silva again. This one is chopped down the first base line. That's a fair ball. It's going to get down in the corner near the tarp, and it's going to be a double here for Daniel Fields. And let's see if they allow Silva to score or if they send him back. This is going to be interesting because it went over by the tarp here, and I think it got under the tarp down the right side, and that's exactly what Wade and Norris are both saying to the home plate umpire, and Pete Incaviglia comes around. Now, this is also a judgment call because the umpire can say, well, he would have scored anyway. Let's see how this turns out. Somebody's going to be upset. Kevin Byers, the manager and former big leaguer with the Mets, also out there to talk, so if it is overturned and they send the runner Silva back to third, then Byers is not going to be happy. Pete is really animately arguing this with the umpire. Let's see how this one turns out. By the way, umpires for tonight, it is Ken Leventhal calling balls and strikes behind the dish, Andrew Larkin at first, and it is Sal Loya at third base. Let's see what the comes out to be. I got here Pete voice from up here. Doesn't look like Pete's going to win this argument. So the run will count. Oh, Silva goes all the way around from first and scores on the Fields double, and it is 1-0 Ducks. So RBI number 39 on the season for Fields. And for Fields, that is also a double number 20. And now Alvaro Rondon also arguing this fact along with Connor Wade. They have a legitimate beef. Norris now comes out. He's going to argue as well. Wade, I don't know if I've ever seen him argue. So the guys that are arguing, Ian Cordero, Rondon, and Wade, are not guys who complain. So if 3 of them are saying the same thing along with Pete Incaviglia, they probably have legitimate beef. Rondon's going to go back to short, so be a runner at second, and Pete's going to come back out of the dugout now. He's not done. Pete's saying, I can hear from up here saying it's a dead ball because it went under the tarp. And it looks like finally the 3 umpires are going to come and discuss it, which usually is just kind of going through the motions. So we'll see what goes on here. That's what they should have initially done. And now they're going to do it here. Now if this goes overturned, Kevin Byers is going to go ballistic out of the dugout for the Ducks. I'm going to say they're not going to overturn it if they've waited this long. Now the ball got under the tarp before the run scored. And the third base umpire giving the safe sign. That's Sal Loya, so I don't think this is going to be overturned. Pete still in front of the dugout on the grass arguing this one, so nope, it's not going to get overturned. Now, Pete's never a guy to be shy not to argue, but if he's yelling this much, he also has a legitimate beef, because that's not Pete's MO either. Now, Lou Ford's going to step in. He doesn't want any part of this. So Ford will step in here, having a good year again. 294, 10 home runs, 73 RBIs for Ford. First pitch to Lou. He is a little bit low and Ford with that closed stance from the right side. Where's the Sox high? He's also first in the league in doubles with 33. And 42-year-old Ford has played 120 of the 123 games so far this season. So give him a lot of credit. This one way inside, and that one looked like it clipped Ford. I think he got a piece of the uniform, and he'll go down to first. So far, nobody out. A single, a double, and now a hit by pitch. Run in, 1-0 Ducks, and still nobody out for cleanup hitter Taylor Ard. And you wonder if the run scoring and the arguing maybe upset Wade a little bit, but he's as even-keeled a person as you can find. Not very high, not very low, and nothing usually gets to him at all. See how he handles Ard here. Ard 280. 16 home runs, tied for 7th in the league and 61 ribbies. First pitch swung and missed. The impressive thing about Connor Wade, one of the reasons he was a 2018 All-Star for the Skeeters, is that he doesn't strike out a lot of guys, doesn't walk a lot of guys, but all he does is get guys out, and that's really the most important thing. You don't have to look for 95 and high velocity and all that. When he has been a terrific pitcher all season. Really a shame that he has not gotten looks or gotten picked up here by somebody. The Skeeters have had 12 picked up this year. 11 of them pitchers. Correction. 10 of them pitchers. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Wade looks at second, comes home. This one low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to count here. Ard is just 8 for his last 43, a 186 mark over his last 11 ball games. Ard also a slightly closed stance, not by much though. Stands deep in the box from the right side. This one swung and missed. A ball low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count here. 1-0 Ducks here in the first. Wade trying to get the first out here. Connor Wade last time out, really a tough luck loss. He pitched brilliantly. 7 innings of 1-run ball. He allowed 3 hits, a walk, and struck out 7 and lost 1-0. The 2-2. This one on the outside corner, strike 3. Wade paints the black. First K of the day. And there, he's 1 away. That's a big out. Now a double play could get him out of it. Going to have to get past David Washington, and this is where it gets tricky. With all this weather in the area, usually the wind is blowing straight in from left center field. The last few nights, no winds at all, so the flag's limp. So a pitcher-friendly park here at Constellation Field becomes a hitter-friendly park, especially for this guy, David Washington, who has a ton of power. In fact, he went opposite field, which is a really difficult thing here to do at Constellation Field for a left-handed hitter. This one a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Washington comes in batting just .229, but 24 home runs. He's already hit 1 in this series. And 2nd in the league. 70 RBIs, good for 7th in the league. And he is also 5th in the league in extra base hits with 41. The 0-1. This one misses low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1-0 Ducks. 2 on here. Runners on first and second. It is Lou Ford at first. Daniel Fields at second. For Washington, he had hit in 5 straight games, going 7 for 20, a .350 mark. But it's just 1 for his last 13. That home run in game 1 was the 1 hit. 2 balls and a strike here. Fields has a little bit of speed. Ford can still run, especially for a 42-year-old. You wonder if they'll run him here. 2-1 with 1 away. Well, they do not. Swung on and popped up. This one's carrying left center field. Jansanti going back now. He's got a beat on it. Brings it down in left center. Tagging his Fields. He'll go to third. Ford will stay put at first as the throw comes into second. Now runners on the corners, 2 on, 2 out. It won't go down as a sac fly, just a fly to center. It'll cost them an at bat. But if Connor Wade could get out of this with just a 1-run scoring, after 1 run came home and it was first and second and nobody out, he'd be pretty relieved. In steps a switch hitting catcher, Ramon Cabrera, 263. 3 home runs and 30 RBIs for Cabrera. Cabrera also a 2018 Atlantic League All-Star for the Ducks. In a bit of a struggle, just 7 for his last 32, a 219 mark over his last 8 ball games. Pretty straight up stance for Cabrera. Very little bend in the knees and an open stance from the left side. This one swung and missed. And a ball in the dirt. He is down no balls in 1 strike to count here. 1-0 Ducks here in the top of the first. Take a look at the arsenal here on Connor Wade. Wade a fastball, 89-92, a changeup, a slider, and a sinker, which is really that pitch that he gets a lot of ground ball outside. The 1 way inside shuffles the feet of Cabrera. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Well, it is September 13th, so the sun pretty much just about set here, and it's only 7:18. Summer has quickly left us. The 1-1. High artificial turf-like hop behind the mound, and Rondon tries to grab it and throw it in 1 swoop, and he drops it. That'll be an infield single. Coming down to score is Fields, and it is 2-0 Long Island. And Pete Incaviglia coming out now. I think he's furious because now another run has scored here because of the blown call, and I think Pete is going to get himself ejected here. Oh, is he saying runner's interference? Now he's going to speak to the third base umpire. Pete, 2 arguments here in the top of the first inning, and he is furious. Yeah, I think that's what he's calling, that the runner interfered with him. Yesterday, Derek Norris, who was catching, and there goes Pete, just got tossed out of the game. So now he's really going to give the third base umpire, Sal Loya, a mouthful and a half. Pete with the hat off, and he is going nose to nose with Loya. And I think this does stem from last night. I was talking about Derek Norris. He threw down to second, and the backswing of the batter hit him. And then he threw a kind of a 3-hopper to second, which was batter's interference, and it was not called. And now Loya's going to walk away, but Pete's not going to let him escape as he follows him. Pete getting tossed here. And here comes Corey Dommel. Did he just try to throw the umpire out of the game? Yeah, he did. That would be a first. Pete's going to get a nice round of applause. 2 blown calls here in the first. Gives the lineup to his pitching coach, Corey Dommel, who will run it. I think he threw all 3 umpires out of this game. That'd be funny if the umpires had to leave as well as Pete. The umpires throw Pete out. Pete throws the umpires out. Good job, Binky. Let's stand up for your players. And he's at first kicking the chalk line now. Oh, this is a spectacle. Certainly worth the price of admission. I'm sure he's going to get a terrific round of applause by the Skeeters fans. Much like the last time he got tossed out, he's got a long walk back to the dugout. There's the applause by the Skeeters fans. So Pete gets thrown out for the 5th time this season. And poor Connor Wade, has been a long inning for him. Wade's going to throw some warm-up pitches, and Pete, he's not going to leave peacefully. He's got some more words for the umpires as he's walking down the first base line. And Pete's finally done. So the umpires will wait until he goes down right field and into the Skeeters locker room. Pete's not in any hurry. Ramon Cabrera will step in here. Excuse me, it'll be Miles Williams who steps in here. I'm going to check, but I believe that's going to be scored an infield hit. This one is a strike. Right above the belt. No balls and 1 strike to count. Let's just double check the score. Yeah, I think you have to give Cabrera a hit. It was a high Texas League type hit. This one is a little bit low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to count here. Let's see how they scored that one. We had 23 pitches already here in the first, by the way. Now they're giving an error to Rondon. This one is through the right side for a base hit. Let's see if they wave around Ford. They will. Here comes the throw, and it's going to be just late. Good hustle by the 42-year-old Ford, who can still pick him up and put him down, and it is 3-0 Ducks. It'll be an RBI for Williams, number 13 on the single to right field. Phipps always makes it close with that cannon of an arm. So first and second, 3 runs in here in the top of the first. 2 down. Here comes Corey Donnelly. He's going to try to set Wade and calm him down a bit. And really it all started with that double. After that double, which should not have allowed the run to score, as it got stuck in the tarp on a dead ball. As Pete Incaviglia said, he hit Lou Ford, then he struck out Ard, got a fly out to center, but then the error by Rondon, questionable error at that, and then the single RBI by Williams. So certainly some bad luck in here for Connor Wade. I believe only 1 of those runs will be earned. And actually none of them are earned. Wade's last 2 outings. In fact, let's go back to the last 3 starts. Wade has a 1.35 ERA. He has allowed just 1 earned run in the last 21 innings coming into tonight. He's allowed 3 here in the first, although they are all unearned. They set up inside here. This one is high and outside, however, to Anthony Vega, the left-hander hitting left fielder. Vega comes in 172, 4 home runs, 10 RBIs. Now, this Ducks team is full of Atlantic League All-Stars. The only problem is that they've been All-Stars with the Ducks years ago. This one is hit to Rondon at short to go the short route to second, and that will finally do it. 6-4 on the fielder's choice. The Ducks get 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base, and Pete Incaviglia ejected here in the top of the first. Ducks 3, Skeeters coming to bat for the first time when we return.
Has your home or commercial insurance claim been denied or underpaid? At Morgan Elite Specialist Services, we know that the insurance claim process can be stressful. Our public adjusters have the experience to make this process as smooth, easy, and comfortable as possible, so you can get on with enjoying the things you're protecting. Learn more by visiting us online at messtx.com. That's MESSTX.com. Or call us today.
Hey, Shane, I'm down here with my buddy Dylan. And I said, Dylan, those shoes look fast. He looked at me straight in the eye. You better believe they're fast. He's about to find out. So Dylan,
Will Scott.
It's time to show me. You ready, buddy?
Unite.
Let's get in line here.
Tickets
and on
now
your
by
mark,
calling the TDECU
get set,
ticket office
go!
At 281
and he's off. So far, I'm believing what he said. Guys, they're almost too fast for him. Keep going, Dylan.
Be sure to join the voice of the Skeeters, Ira Lehman, for every playoff game on Sweet 96.1
I mean, I can't blame him. Who can't be distracted
the new home
by
of the
Sugar
Sugarland Skeeters as your Skeeters look to
Dylan, keep going, buddy. Come on. Bring it home, buddy.
History.
Swatson trying to make a last-minute push, and he's 0-70.
Spring-free trampoline.
Buddy.
The perfect way to go outside and be active. Your family will enjoy the thrill of a trampoline that keeps them safe and engaged all year long, right in your backyard. Visit us in Katy or online at www.springfreetrampoline.com. Smart in safety, smart in quality, smart in innovation. Spring Free Trampoline.
We move to the bottom of the first. Skeeters down 3-0 before they can even come to the plate. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for your Sugarland Skeeters. Barrett Barnes will lead it off. He'll be in left. In center, Anthony Jansanti bats second. In the 3 holes, Derek Norris will be at first. The cleanup hitter and third baseman is Juan Silverio. The DH, Matt Chavez, bats fifth. Batting sixth, Albert Cordero. He'll be doing the catching. Dennis Phipps in right, bats seventh. Tony Thomas, home run last night. He'll bat eighth. And batting ninth, Skeeter shortstop, Alvaro Rondon. Defensively for the Ducks, Anthony Vega in left. Daniel Fields in center. Miles Williams in right. Around the infield, Taylor Ord at third. Cody Puckett at short with the injury still to Dan Lyons. Ruby Silva is at second. David Washington at first. Ramon Cabrera behind the dish. And he'll be catching the left-hander, Jake Fisher. Fisher 7-7 with a 4.02 ERA. This is his 21st game, 21st start. 127 in the third. 102 Ks against just 22 walks. Almost 5-1 strikeout to walk ratio. And he's allowed 144 hits. First pitch to Barnes. A strike on the outside corner. Barnes with 4 leadoff home runs. We'll see if he can get one here. Barnes deep in the box. Sporting a slightly close stance. I think his feet closer together than they usually are. 1 ball and 1 strike to count here to Barnes. A little bit more on Fisher. He is 27-year-old southpaw, 5'11", 180 from Oklahoma. This one misses. 2 balls and 1 strike to count here on number 27, Barrett Barnes. Well, Fisher ranks 5th in the league with those 102 strikeouts. 7th with 127 and a third innings pitched. The 2-1. This one is a strike on the inside corner, 2-2, and Barnes kicks his head back. Can't believe it. Well, Barnes steps back in here. Now with the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This one is low and away. That'll run the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Fisher's ERA good for 9th in the Atlantic League. Barnes also leads the league in walks. Payoff pitch here by the southpaw. This one is hit into right field. Right there is Miles Williams going towards the right field line. Brings it down for out number 1. Mentioned Fisher, an all-star this year, and allowed 3 runs in an inning for the Liver Division squad. Left-handed hitters are batting .299 against him, and that is not good if you're a southpaw. Skeeters are 2-1 against him. Well, versus the Skeeters, he's 2-1 with a .43 ERA, so he is pitched very well against Sugar Land. 21 innings against the Skeeters this year. He struck out 24 and walked just 4, allowing just 16 hits. Well, Fisher matches season-high 8 innings and struck out a season-high 10 batters while allowing no runs and collecting the win in a 6-0 victory over the Skeeters on May 12th on Long Island. 8 innings, no runs earned or otherwise, 4 hits, no walks, 103 pitches, 75 for strikes. Ground ball the third. Jansanti out on a 5-3 putout from Taylor Ord. Now that'll bring in Derek Norris. Fisher's 144 hits allowed are 4th most amongst Atlantic League pitchers. Part of the reason he is 7-7 with an ERA just over 4. Spent 1 year in affiliated ball with the Dodgers and rookie ball. Numbers coming into the season, 30-28 with a 4.09 ERA, so right around his lifetime ERA at 4.03, lifetime 4.09. Pitch to Norris was a strike, no balls and 1 strike to Derek. 259, 12 home runs, 55 RBIs for Norris. Last time out for Fisher, a complete game victory, 4-1 win. 9 innings, 1 earned run, 5 hits, no walks, 3 Ks, 89 pitches, 61 for strikes. That is impressive. 89 pitch, 9 inning complete game. No balls and 2 strikes now here on Norris after he fouled it down the left field side. Skeeters trailing 3-0 already here in the bottom of the first. A lot of controversy in the top of the first. Manager Pete Incaviglia was ejected. This one outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the always patient Derek Norris. Norris 10 for 45 over his last 7 games, a .222 mark, but he's always getting on base. 7 walks, that's 17 times on base in 7 games. 3rd in the league in walks, 68 in total. He's tied for 5th in doubles with 24. Also tied for 5th in Atlantic League with a .380 on base percentage. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. None on. Bottom of the first. Ducks 3, Skeeters nothing. Take a look at the pitch count here on Fisher. So far 12 pitches, 7 for strikes, 5 for balls here in the bottom of the first. This one is low and had a lot of bite to it. Good job by Norris being patient on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Skeeters no runs, no hits, and 2 errors so far. Ducks 3 runs on 2 hits. This one in the dirt. That'll run the count full here on Norris, 3-2. Seems like every time he steps into the box, he has a full count. There's a lot of pitches. Payoff pitch here by the southpaw Fisher. Big looping curve, just a little bit high, ball 4. Had some break on it. 12-6 break, but just a little bit high by the time it landed. So that'll bring in Juan Silverio, who can make this a 1-run game in a hurry. Skeeters trailing 3-0 here in the bottom of the first. Silverio 320, 7 home runs and 34 RBIs. Silverio is hitting 25 of his last 29 games, hitting at a .348 clip. 2 home runs, 23 RBIs over those 29 games. First pitch by Fisher. Fastball misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Or some weather earlier today, but it's been mostly sunny for the last few hours. It looks like there's no weather for the rest of the night and through the morning. In fact, this weekend, which looked really suspect, that might be it. Tomorrow, which was expected a lot of rain, looks like it's just going to be cloudy. Saturday sunny, Sunday sunny. Yep, I stand corrected. Much later tonight, the rain is coming back. Actually through tomorrow night, so thought I was going to be able to be optimistic there for a moment. This one misses inside as Silverio spins out of the way of that one. 2-1. Now 18 pitches for Fisher here in the first. Both of these pitchers have thrown a lot here in the first inning. The 2-1 by the left-hander. This one is hit into left center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Norris will turn and go for second as this ball gets past Vega and goes to the wall. And now scoring is Norris. Heads up, watched the ball all the way, and as soon as it got past Vega, he turned quickly, ran towards third, and once that started going to the wall, he was going to score all the way. So that'll be a base hit and a big E7, a 3-base error. So 3 errors combined for both of these teams in the first inning. That was a huge error. That would have been first and second with 2 outs. So Silverio hustles into second on the E7. That'll bring in Matt Chavez, who now with the base hit can make it a 1-run game. Skeeters trailing 3-1 here in the bottom of the first. Chavez comes in .324, 12 home runs, 72 RBIs, and he's 13 points ahead of the Skeeters single season record for average. Now that hit record is going to be a little bit tougher for him. Chavez last night was 1 for 3 with a double, a run scored, and an RBI, and the record for hits in a season is 157, and he has 149. So he will need 9 to break it over the last 4 games, so roughly 2 hits a game. Certainly not impossible the way he hits. The 0-1 here to Chavez. The lefty looks at second, now spins, but no throw, but nobody covering. Fisher wearing unlucky number 13. Was unlucky on that ball. Hit to left field. It got past Vega. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Ducks. Actually, that should be 1E, and it is. Not on the scoreboard yet, though. 1 run, 1 hit, and a pair of errors. This one hit down the left field line. Will it stay fair? Yes! No! They called it foul. Thought it hit up some chalk down there. Just foul. Would have been a run and a runner at second. Wow, that was close. Thought he had it. So no balls and 2 strikes here on Matt Chavez. Also a 2018 All-Star, so a couple of All-Stars going at it here with Fisher on the mound and Chavez at the plate. Chavez a 9-game hitting streak, 11 for 38 during his streak, 333 if you don't want to do the math. 7 RBIs during the streak as well. This one misses outside. Off-speed pitch, now 1-2 on Matt. During the streak, he's also had a double, triple, and a home run. He's hit for the cycle over the course of that hitting streak. 5th in the Atlantic League with a 324 average, tied for 4th in RBIs with 72, and tied for 10th in doubles with 22. 2nd in the Atlantic League, also with those 149 hits. This one swung and missed. Out in front of an off-speed pitch that fades low, and that will do it. First strikeout for Fisher. But the Skeeters get one back. They get 1 run on 1 hit, 1 big error, and 1 man left on base. Through 1 inning of play, it is 3-1 Ducks.
So there I was, just minding my own business when a hit and run. This guy came out of nowhere, bam, and he just kept going. Thankfully, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance was there with the right auto coverage for how and where I drive. So I was on my way in no time to witness the hit and run that really matter.
Now that's a moment worth covering.
Hey,
877 Farm Bureau. Hey folks, this is Blaine Law, the owner of the Lost Cajun in Rosenberg, Texas at the Brazos Town Center. I'd like to introduce Cajun.
This is Griff, the Lost Cajun, and we're so glad to be in Rosenberg, Texas. Come out, folks, and meet us. Try some great food: seafood gumbo, chicken and sausage gumbo, crawfish etouffee, red beans and rice lobster bisque, and jambalaya. Les bon temps roulés. Let the good times roll.
Oh, they got that food to go in there. Cater that gator too. 281-762-0512.
Hey, what's for dinner tonight? That's probably the hardest question we all answer every day. May I suggest La Cocina Mexican Restaurant? Dine in or take away. They have the best Mexican food in the area, and it's all handmade.
It's going to be a race to the finish.
Scratch.
It's a matter of just who gets there first, guys.
The Fiesta Pass
we got ourselves an X on the way.
Located at 515
just like that, he died.
Or for even quicker service or reservations,
I think X is having Shane. That was close. Right back to you, buddy.
That's 281-238-0872.
Hi, I'm Kim Holstead with Coldwell Banker United Realtors in Sugar Land. Go Skeeters!
Well, the only batter not to hit in that top of the first for the Ducks is the number 9 hitter, Cody Puckett. He'll lead off here, then back to the top of the order with Ruby Silva and Daniel Fields, 9-1-2. First pitch here is strike by Wade, who threw 24 pitches in that first, 13 for strikes, 11 for balls. Correction, 27 pitches, 16 for strikes, 11 for balls. Those were Fisher's numbers. The 0-1 by Wade, swung and missed. No balls and 2 strikes. Puckett comes in 225, 7 home runs and 36 ribbies. Talking about all the All-Stars from the past that the Ducks have, Vega, who made the last out last inning, a 2016 All-Star. Puckett, a 2015 All-Star. He had 275 that year, 9 home runs, 53 RBIs. The problem is this is a very old team. The core of this team has stayed intact for quite some time. Lyons, who is on the shelf, also one of those guys. The 1-2 here to Puckett. This one swung a slow roller left side. Silvera has it, a high throw to first, and Chavez has to hop, Norris has to hop, grab it towards right field, and come down on the bag in time. Silvera just kind of nonchalanted and flipped it underhand, and it took off on him. So 5-3 in the putout. 1 out, none on, back to the top of the order. Ruby Silva got that first inning started with a single and eventually came around to score on the E3. Has been ruled, initially ruled a double. Now an E3. I thought it was a double. Well, Linsep's the left-handed hitter. 262, 2 home runs, 14 RBIs coming in. There's one down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Silva's hit in 5 of his last 6 games, going 7 for 25 during that span, a 280 mark. The 0-1. This one is hammered foul down the left side. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Skeeters trailing 3-1 here at the top of the second. Wade gets assigned here from Cordero. He'll wind and deal the 0-2. This one on the outside corner, strike 3. Great placement by Wade. That's the second time he has got a hitter on the outside corner. And when Wade's striking out, guys, he's generally going to have a good night because he is not a strikeout pitcher. So 2 down, none on as he tries to rebound from that 3-run first. Again, all 3 runs unearned. And had to face 8 batters because of it. Looking for a 3-up, 3-down inning here. First pitch is a fastball that misses outside on Fields. Hit that one down the right side for an E3. The 1-0. Swan hit high and deep in the air to right. Will it stay in? Yes. Phipps is there. No, it's gone. Looked like he was going to come down with it, then spun around at the last second. There was no wind here, so initially I thought it would go, and then Phipps faked me out. A home run here by Fields, his 9th of the year. RBI number 39, and it is a 4-1 Ducks lead as they go back to a 3-run cushion. Well, with the weather here in the area, I mentioned it yesterday, very little wind here at Constellation Field, so left-handers have a chance. A rare chance here at Constellation Field, usually blowing in from left center. Linsdorf's Lou Ford was hit by a pitch and scored his first time up. Lou was a Atlantic League All-Star in 2014, 2015, and this season. This one is just a little bit low, 1 ball and no strikes to count. Ford in a little bit of a struggle, just 9 for his last 40. A 225 mark. This one a chopper. Slow roll and past the left side of the mound. Rondone's going to barehanded fire it to first. In time, just getting forward. 42-year-old, as I mentioned, went all around. Error. And can he still fly down there at first? I'll go down as a 6-3. Put a star next to that one. But the Ducks put another run on the board on the solo home run by Daniel Fields, his 9th of the season. And in the middle of the second, Skeeters are down by 3 again, 4-1.
Tuesdays are 2 for Tuesdays at Constellation Field this season. Every Tuesday home game, fans can buy 1 field box ticket or grassland ticket and get 1 free. Watch the Skeeters in exciting Atlantic League action. Half-price tickets for groups are also available each Tuesday, or you can buy tickets 24/7 at sugarlandskeeters.com. For more details, give us a call at 281-240-4487.
Shane, we're down here in Section 18 with our good friends from HCSS. They were out here tonight to support the Skeeters Foundation kickball tournament.
Evan and Day
But
Spa
now,
is the
they're down
premier
low,
Beta
checking it out
Concept
from the
salon
front
in
seats.
Sugarland. Locally
Thanks,
owned
Derek.
and
Fort
family
Big Kia.
operated
Y'all
since
have fun, guys.
1989. Let our Aveda trained stylists take you to the highest level of satisfaction with the latest techniques for coloring, highlighting, and precision haircuts. Treat yourself to our famous Aveda facial, a relaxing massage, or a signature manicure and pedicure. Have an ultimate salon experience today at Salon Evan and Day Spa. 281-980-5160. 281-980-5160.
Hey fans, come bring the family for one of the most exciting nights of the week here at Constellation Field. Firework Fridays, where we celebrate our Skeeters like it's the 4th of July. With music and a fantastic fireworks show after each and every Friday home game that's included with your ticket purchase. We'll be doing this every Friday through the entire Skeeter season, so start off your weekend with a bang. For more information, contact us at 281-240-HITS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
Lefty Jake Fisher for the Ducks. That was a 3-run cushion again as the Ducks scored a run and lead 4-1. Albert Cordero to lead it off here for the Skeeters. Takes the first pitch high. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Cordero, Phipps, and Tony Thomas, 6, 7, and 8 in the Skeeters order here in the bottom of the second. Switch hitting Cordero, batting here from the right side against the left-hander. Steps out as that pitch was on the way. Takes it outside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. 25 pitches now for Fisher. Cordero comes in .292 with 11 home runs and 62 RBIs. The 2-0, a strike on the outside corner. Looks like it might have been a little high. 2-1 the count. Cordero also an All-Star year in 2018, so a battle of All-Stars here between Fisher and Cordero. Last 11 games, just 9 for 41 for Cordero. That's a .220 mark. But he does have a double, a home run, and 7 RBIs, along with 2 walks during that span. 3 balls and a strike hit Albert. Good hitters count. The lefty delivers, and this one is swung and missed. Well, a little bit high and outside. They'll run the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I don't know if you call Fisher a workhorse. He throws a lot of innings, but not necessarily a tons of pitches. He's been over the century mark 4 times this year. Swung way inside near the feet of Cordero, and that's the second walk of the game for Fisher. First one was to Norris. Leadoff walks always seem to come back to haunt you, especially when you're leading by 3 runs, 4-1. Dennis Phipps will step in. Phipps .268, 12 home runs, 55 RBIs for Dennis. Last 3 outings for Fisher. He hasn't thrown more than 89 pitches, 84, 74, and then 89 pitch complete game, 9 innings. First pitch here to Phipps, big swing and a miss. Chased a high outside fastball, no balls and 1 strike here on Dennis. Phipps last 8 games, just 6 for 26. The 0-1 coming here. This one fouled off to the right side. No balls and 2 strikes to count. 6 for 26, a .231 mark. Four runs on 3 hits for the Ducks. 1 run on 1 hit for the Skeeters. Long Island's committed 1 error. The Skeeters a pair of errors. The 0-2 fouled off into the net to the right side. Count remains, no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2. Big curveball. Breaks low and in near the feet of Phipps. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Series tied at 1 game apiece after the Skeeters blew a 4-3 lead in the 9th in Game 1, losing 5-4. They won 5-3 yesterday as Felipe Paulino got his record 33rd save, new single-season save record. Congratulations to him. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count here on Phipps. The lefty delivers, and this one just a little low and in. Now run the count full 3-2. Fisher using up a lot of pitches here as he approaches the 40 pitch mark here in the second. And throw to first. Cordero's already on the bag. Fisher gets a sign from his catcher, Ramon Cabrera. The payoff pitch, swung hit high in the air. Cordero was on the move, coming in from left field, almost on the infield. By the time he caught it was Daniel Fields, getting a long way there. So 1 on, 1 out. Tony Thomas will step in. Thomas with his first hit as a Skeeter yesterday. A big 3-run homer was the difference in the game in the 5-3 win. Thomas 1 for 4 yesterday with that 3-run homer. He is 1 for 7 in 2 games. That one hit the ding-dong. No stranger to home runs. This year with the Wichita Wingnuts, he hit 23 of them. This one is going to be foul, just a little past the Skeeters dugout. No balls and 1 strike to count as the first baseman, David Washington, caught it on a ricochet from a seat. Unfortunately, it's not arena baseball and does not count as an out. When you play in your backyard growing up, at least I did on Long Island, we played wiffle ball, and there's so many trees and awnings and chimneys that if it bounced off something once, it was an out. To make your own rules as you went. One way inside, 1-1. That one hop rule was a great one. Hit a pole right to you on the mound, you're out. Fisher from the stretch. Looks at Cordero but comes home. This one is hit down the right field line, hooking foul into the seats. That went on to the concourse near the bounce houses. A 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here on Tony Thomas. Thomas wearing number 10. Took over Daniel Robertson's number. It was released earlier this week. Now exactly 40 pitches for Fisher, 21 for strikes, 19 for balls. They set up inside. The 1-2 off the fist foul into the net. Right in front of me here behind home plate. 1-2 the count remains. Thomas this year with the Wichita Wingnuts. 249, those 23 home runs, 74 RBIs. That's a 100-game season, so those are pretty big numbers. The 1-2, swung and miss. Strike 3, throw down to first. Cordero gets back in standing up. Second strikeout of the game for Fisher. 2 outs, 1 on, as Alvaro Rondon will step in. Rondon was battling 300, but now in a bit of a slump. Going to be almost impossible for him to get there. He's just 4 for his last 37, a 108 more. Alvaro's been such a key part of this team, such a consistent hitter here for Sugarland all year, along with his fielding. He's been invaluable, so it's probably the biggest slump of the year for him. He's been so consistent. In at third is Taylor Ard with the bunting ability. Ground ball to short, they go to second. A short route, and that'll do it. 6-4 on the fielders. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We are through 2. It is the Ducks 4 and your Skeeters 1.
G2G Family Shooting Range in Rosenberg wants to invite you to stop by and check out the cleanest, safest, and most enjoyable shooting range in our area. G2G is family, female, and male friendly. They offer proper licensing and home defense training. Don't just think you know what to do to defend yourself and your family. 832-595-8415 to find out more, or just stop by at 25635 Southwest Freeway.
Are you buying or selling a home in Longmeadow Farms, Aliana, Waterside Estates, Pecan Grove, New Territory, Greatwood, or Harvest Green? Depend on Kim Halstead and Coldwell Banker United Realtors at 281-777-1907. A multi-million-dollar producer and Fort Bend County real estate expert, Kim is uniquely qualified with a proven track record of success and almost 20 years of satisfied customers. Kim Halstead and Coldwell Banker United Realtors, 281-777-1907.
Available female is seeking a long-term relationship with someone I can depend on, for someone that I can trust and feel safe with, for someone that isn't just after me for my money, someone who is ASC certified and can handle all my automotive needs.
Christian Brothers Automotive is the perfect match for you. Located in New Territory right behind the Randalls, Christian Brothers is locally owned and operated by Kelly Adams. You can trust Kelly to take the fear out of auto care. Her number is 281-242-2886 to start your new relationship today.
David with the quick release. Henry, not too much quick about him. I guess he's slow and steady, wins a race. Tortoise in the hair and all that. David is walking before he's ready. I don't know, I think the folks at the league office might disqualify him. But tonight, well, Henry, it's not working out, guys. I think we got our winner. Let's hear it for David, y'all.
Meat of the order here for the Ducks, who are leading 4-1. Taylor Ord, David Washington, and Ramon Cabrera. First pitch by Connor Wade is a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike to count. Wade struck out Ord. His first time up, he's 0 for 1. One of 2 strikeouts that Connor Wade has. The 0-1. This one, big swing and a miss, and quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Ord came in 280, 16 home runs, 61 RBIs. Wade gets the sign. Let's see here where Albert Cordero will set up on the 0-2. He's going to set up away. This one low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. 4 runs on 3 hits for the Ducks. 1 run on 1 hit for the Skeeters. This one misses low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The manual scoreboard still has no errors for the Ducks. They have committed 1. Take my word for it. The 2-2. Way inside. That'll run the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes here on Taylor Ord, the leadoff hitter here. Ord's first season here with the Ducks, first in the Atlantic League as well. Payoff pitch by Wade, swallowing a chop foul behind the dish. Ord spent 2 years in the Marlins organization. At AA Jacksonville in 2017 and Advanced A Jupiter that season. At the Frontier League in home runs with 30. Payoff pitch, swallowing a miss, strike 3. So he gets Ord for the second time, this time swinging instead of looking. And 2 of the 3 strikeouts Wade has is Ord. Well, speaking of home runs, David Washington will step in. 229, 24 home runs, 70 RBIs. Blew it to center his first time up. So he is 0 for 1. Washington had hit in 5 straight, going 7 for 28, 350 mark. Really slumping right now. This one hit high and deep in the air to right field. If it's fair, it's gone. Phipps is not even moving, and that ball is a foul ball. Man, did he hit that a ton. He's got an unbelievable amount of power. And the wind slightly blowing out towards right center, so a rare occurrence where it's actually helpful here for left-hand hitters at Constellation Field. So 0-1 the count here to Washington. This one, big swing and a miss. Almost came out of his shoes on that one. And down in the count, 0-2. Washington had some time in the big leagues in 2017. Just 3 games with the Orioles. Did not get a hit, 0 for 6. This one swung and a miss, strike 3. So Wade strikes out 2 straight. 4th K of the day. And there is 2 away. That'll bring in the switch hitting catcher Ramon Cabrera, who reached on air by shortstop Alvaro Rondon. Switch hit will bat here from the left side against the right-hander. Cabrera came in, 263, 3 home runs and 30 RBIs. Open stance from the left side, waggles that bat high above his head. First pitch, an off-speed pitch, misses a little bit outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Skeeters are trailing 4-1 here to the Ducks in the top half of the 3rd. The Ducks need 2 wins to get into the playoffs. It is not, and I repeat, not, and quite a bit of a difference from having a magic number of 2. Your magic number is 2. You need a combination of a win and a loss by the team you're chasing, or 2 losses by them and 2 wins by you, or any combination of that. This one is roped out to right field, but right at Phipps. The line drive bullet. And a 3-up, 3-down inning for Wade. 2 Ks and the liner, and that'll do it. Middle of the 3rd inning. It is still the Ducks up by 3, 4-1 here over the Skeeters.
So there I was, just minding my own business when
A hit and run. This guy came out of nowhere. Bam! And he just kept going. Thankfully, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance was there with the right auto coverage for how and where I drive. So I was on my way in no time to witness the hit and run that really matter.
Now that's a moment worth covering. 877 Farm Bureau.
Skeeters fans, end your weekend with Skeeters baseball at Consolation Field for Sunday Fun Day. We have something for everyone. Play catch in the outfield, and your favorite Skeeters players will be signing autographs before the game. Also, after the game, all kids will be able to run the bases.
Now we find out. Chase, you ready?
I was born ready, Scott.
I like the sound of that. Let's check out the
Constellation
scoreboard
Field
here.
has
Shane,
everything
which
you
of
need
these
for a
films
fun,
stars the late
family-friendly,
Bernie
affordable day
Mac?
at the ballpark.
Is it?
For more information, contact us
A,
at
42B Moneyball or C, Mr. 3000.
or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
Mr. 3000, he says, without any hesitation. Give me the answer,
2
guys.
The top 40
Holy smokes, the guy was exactly what he said he was. He was who he thought he was. You want to crown him? I'm going to crown him. How about 25 Skeeters bucks for you to spend tonight?
They are fast, efficient,
popcorn, new hat, maybe new Skeeters visor. They look good. All right, Shane, back to you, buddy. Nice work.
Fair pricing and a wonderful customer service experience. It's Steinmetz Plumbing, yourplumberforlife.com or 281-620-9200.
Bottom of the third, top of the order for the Skeeters, who trail 4-1. They'll try to chip away at that lead by sending up Barrett Barnes, Anthony Jansanti, and Derek Norris. First pitch here swung and missed by Barnes. No balls and 1 strike to count. Barnes flew out to right his first time up. He is 0 for 1. Came in batting .254 with 12 home runs and 51 RBIs. Swung misses. 1 ball and 1 strike to count here to Barnes. Barrett, the Sugar Land native, former first-round pick out of Texas Tech in 2012. 45th overall that year. The 1-1 from the southpaw is low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to count here to Barnes. 4 runs on 3 hits for the Ducks. 1 run on 1 hit for the Skeeters. A lone hit by Juan Silverio. It's 1 low. I thought that scoreboard was way off. That's ball 4. So Barnes adds to his league-leading walk total. And is now 75th walk of the season. 3rd of the game for Fisher. Let's see if the Skeeters can peck away at that 4-1 deficit. Sending up Anthony Jansanti, who grounded out to third his first time up. He is 0 for 1. Anthony over 200 total bases for the first time in his career. And it's also good for 5th in the league. He has 202 total bases. I mean, a fantastic year. 294, 16 home runs, 55 RBIs, along with 34 steals. This one hit high in the air to center, but playable. Daniel Fields will field that one in right center. What a great baseball name. Daniel Fields goes along with guys like Brandon League and Josh Outman. So 1 on, 1 out for Derek Norris. Walked himself. He was the first of the 3 free passes Fisher has issued. Came around to score on the air by left fielder Anthony Vega. Fisher now over 50 pitches at 51, 26 for strikes, 23 for balls. correction. This will be number 50. This one is a little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Skeeters trailing 4-1 here in the bottom of the third. They're going to set up inside here on Norris, but Fisher's going to chase back Barnes first. Now Fisher looks in for the side. Norris batting just 145 against the Ducks this season. This one a strike on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Skeeters trailing 4-1. Norris has only had, let's see. Well, he's 8 for 55 in 14 games against the Ducks. For that 145 average, I was off by 2 points. Barnes chased back to first again here. There goes Barnes. The throw down to second is not inside. Barnes steals his 23rd base of the season. Skeeters have 3 guys with 20 or more. Barnes, Rondon with 33, and again, Jan Santi leading the team with 34. Now a runner down at second. The pitch was a ball, so 2-1 the count here to Norris. 1 out, 1 on. Skeeters trailing 4-1 here in the bottom of the third. The 2-1. This one a strike. Great off-speed pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Fisher's pace has slowed down quite a bit here. Fisher will look at second at Barnes, who's been known to swipe third, especially on a lefty. Taking a big lead. Now finally, timeout called. I think that was Norris asked for time. So very slight breeze blowing out towards right center field. Take a look at the weather here. 81 degrees. Humidity at 79%. And a east-northeast 10-mile-an-hour wind. You never see that here at Constellation Field. So a chance of rain, only about 30% at 9, and then clear the rest of the night through midnight, but then it starts to come down again. Payoff pitch coming here to Norris. I say every time he steps in, he's got a full count on him. A 3-2, Swanee, and a bullet to left field. Vega charging. This one he grabs. The liner is out number 2. The left fielder hauls it in as Barnes hustles back to second. 2 outs, 1 on for Juan Silverio with the Skeeters trailing 4-1. Silverio, the lone hit of the night for the Skeeters. Hit a ball to left field. It got past Vega, who just grabbed that liner. It went all the way to the wall. Norris scored easily. Silverio got a single and reached second on the error. Came in 327 home runs and 34 ribbies. Silverio hitting .286 against the Ducks this year. And he's only played in 2 other games against Long Island, going 2 for 7. First pitch a strike, no balls and 1 strike the count here. The Skeeters right-handed cleanup hitter. Open stance from the right side for Silverio. This one is strike, and now Silverio down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Wind picking up a bit, blowing out towards right center. Going to be a left-handed hitting paradise for once here at Constellation Field. The right-handers will struggle here tonight. There goes Barnes. This one swung and fouled off. Too bad. He would have had third base stolen easily. Got a great jump. When a left-hander's on the mound, kind of has that blind spot behind his left shoulder. A lot of times if takes his eyes off you for a second, a little easier to steal third. Still 0-2 the count here on Silverio. Barnes holds this time. This one inside almost hits Juan. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Fisher leans in for the sign. Let's see if Cabrera goes outside here. Nope. Ball got away from Fisher high and outside. That'll even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner down at second. Skeeters trailing 4-1 here in the bottom half of the third to the Ducks. Despite all the doubleheaders and all the rain, there's only 2 games in the Atlantic League tonight, surprisingly, with playoff centers on the line. This one swung and a miss, strike 3. Third strike, Fisher, and that will do it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. A third of the way through, end of the third inning. It is still the Ducks up by 3, 4-1 here over the Skeeters.
Nora Ann's Flower Shop offers the most beautiful floral arrangements in the Sugar Land area. That certified Texas master florist Nora Sims creates something custom just for you, or pick up something beautiful and ready to impress from her shop at 15510 Lexington Boulevard in Sugar Land, between Highway 6 and Williams Trace. Locally owned and operated for over 21 years, you can trust Nora to make your floral visions come to life. Same-day delivery is available in most cases. 281-491-5858. 281-491-5858.
Hey fans, come bring the family for one of the most exciting nights of the week here at Constellation Field, Firework Fridays, where we celebrate our Skeeters like it's the 4th of July. With music and a fantastic fireworks show after each and every Friday home game that's included with your ticket purchase. We'll be doing this every Friday through the entire Skeeter season, so start off your weekend with a bang. For more information, contact us at 281-240-HITS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
Has your home or commercial insurance claim been denied or underpaid? At Morgan Elite Specialist Services, we know that the insurance claim process can be stressful. Our public adjusters have the experience to make this process as smooth, easy, and comfortable as possible, so you can get on with enjoying the things you're protecting. Learn more by visiting us online at messtx.com. That's MESSTX.com. Or call us today at 855-445-3404. We truly look forward to meeting you.
Top of the 4th inning. The Ducks will send up the bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9. Miles Williams, Anthony Vega, Cody Puckett. First pitch here, grounded third by Williams. Silverio's toss across and plenty of time. 5-3 on the putout. 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll bring in Long Island boy Anthony Vega, playing for his hometown team, the Ducks. Vega grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Skeeters are trailing 4-1 here. Now Vega from Patchogue, New York. Not too far from the ballpark where the Ducks play. Went to Manhattan College in the Bronx, a former 30th round pick of the Orioles in 2012. This one is a little bit off the outside corner. 1 ball and no strikes to count. While in college in 2012, he was a Metro Atlantic All-Conference player. This one a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out. In his final year at Manhattan College, hit .326, 5 home runs, 31 ribbies. This one off the foot, a kick, save, and a beauty by Wade. It goes to Rondon, who throws it to first for the out. Wow. Wade just kind of kicked up his foot, almost like he was playing hacky sack, and kicked it to Rondon, who charged it and fired it to first for the conventional 1-6-3 put out. And quickly 2 down. To bring in Cody Puckett. Puckett grounded out the third his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Puckett struggling right now, just 5 for 28, a 179 mark. But Dan Lyons, who is the regular shortstop, a former Gold Glove winner here in the Atlantic League, is on the shelf. Although he's not hitting that well, but a much better fielder. 1 ball and no strikes to count here to Puckett. 225, 7 home runs, 36 RBIs for Cody. This one hit to the right side, foul. See how Puckett is done against the Ducks this year. Against the Skeeters, rather. Puckett just 194, going 7 for 36. Does have a home run and 4 RBIs, however. 2 balls and a strike. Either the number 9 hitter, the right-hand hitting shortstop Cody Puckett, taps that front toe. Heel does not touch the ground. So on a strike, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Skeeters trailing 4-1 here in the top of the 4th. Connor Wade, after the home run by Fields, has retired 6 straight, looking for a second straight 1-2-3 inning. The 2-2 swung on and skied into shallow right center field. Phipps will come in, and he'll flag it for the final out. So 7 in a row retired by Wade. 3 up, 3 down for the second straight inning. Middle of the 4th. Ducks 4, and the Skeeters 1 here from Sugar Land.
Hi folks, this is Blaine Law, the owner of the Lost Cajun in Rosenberg, Texas at the Brazos Town Center. I'd like to introduce you to the Lost Cajun.
This is Grip, the Lost Cajun, and we're so glad to be in Rosenberg, Texas. Come out, folks, and meet us. Try some great food: seafood gumbo, chicken and sausage gumbo, crawfish etouffee, red beans and rice lobster bisque, and jambalaya. Les bon temps roulé. Let the good times roll.
Oh, they got that food to go in there. Cater that Gator too. 281-762-0512.
Hi, I'm Ira Lehman, voice of the Sugar Land Skeeters. Join me every Friday night to hear Skeeters baseball live on Sweet 96, Sugar Land's only radio station. Listen each Friday night when the Skeeters are both at home and on the road on 96.1 FM for the Friday night game of the week. Follow the drive for the 2018 Atlantic League Championship as the Skeeters and Sweet 96 team up for the first time. Sugar Land, it doesn't get any sweeter!
Spring Free Trampoline. The perfect way to go outside and be active. Your family will enjoy the thrill of a trampoline that keeps them safe and engaged all year long, right in your backyard. Visit us in Katy or online at www.springfreetrampoline.com. Smart in safety, smart in quality, smart in innovation. Spring Free Trampoline.
Matt Chavez will lead it off here for the Skeeters. Sugar Land trailing 4-1. Big lollipop curve from Fisher. It's a little high and outside, 1-0. Chavez, Albert Cordero, Dennis Phipps, 5, 6, and 7 for the Skeeters. Chavez snapped his 9-game hitting streak yesterday. This one is crushed down the left side, but way foul. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Actually, that is not correct. Chavez got a double yesterday. This one is fouled off to the right side. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Chavez goes through his routine. Tightens the gloves, touch the belt, the helmet. Break up a pitcher's routine. This one swung and fouled up down the right side. Chavez snapped his hitting streak in game 1 of this series, so he is still hitting 10 of his last 11 ball games. The 1-2, this one on the inside corner, strike 3. Second straight strikeout for Fisher. 4th strikeout of the night. 1 out, none on here for Albert Cordero, with the Skeeters trailing 4-1. Cordero walked his first time up, 1 of 3 walks. Fisher struck out 4, walked 3, and allowed 1 hit. Skeeters trailing 4-1 here. Take a look at the Atlantic League scoreboard. Bizarrely, with just a few games remaining in the season, the Skeeters and Ducks, as well as New Britain and Southern Maryland, the only 2 games on tap tonight. This one hammered to left field. This one's going to go, and it is gone. Hits the awning of the Picnic Plaza, and the Skeeters down just 2 now. 4-2 on Albert Cordero's 12th home run, of the season, RBI number 63. So a dozen dingers for Cordero. Keeps adding to his new career high in both RBIs and home runs. Well, his daughter threw out the first pitch today. Maybe gave him a little mojo. And that was a no doubt about her. A 1 out, none on. A 1 in on the home run by Cordero, and Dennis Phipps will step in. Phipps flying it to center his first time up. First pitch is a little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Skeeters now trailing just 4-2. The Bees and the Blue Crabs in the top of the 9th are tied at 4. Both teams are eliminated from playoff competition. This one swung and a miss, 1-1. Fisher's next pitch will be pitch number 70 here in the 4th. That is way too much. The 1-1. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Former Skeeter Brett Marshall will face his old team with his 2nd team since leaving the Skeeters this year. Faced them in Southern Maryland. A terrific game. Shout out to Skeeters. Now we'll pitch against Sugar Land here for the Ducks. This one hit out to left field. There's a base hit. Fisher suddenly lost it here after striking out the first batter, Chavez. Now to bring in Tony Thomas last night with that 3-run homer. A 2-run shot here would tie this game up. Thomas struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Came in batting 143 with a home run and 3 RBIs. In steps the Skeeters right-handed hitting second baseman. First pitch here is low and in. 1 ball and no strikes here. Mentioned Fisher last time, 89 pitch, 9-inning complete game. He's throwing 71 pitches here through 4. Not even through 4. 3 1/3. This one high and outside, 2-0. If you're a pitching coach, now would probably be the time to come and talk to him. Sometimes you just need a breather. As a pitcher, much like a hitter who's struggling, wants to just keep throwing and working quicker which is often the worst thing you can do. This one fouled at the plate, 2-1. That one got a piece of the catcher, Cabrera. I think it hit him on the hander right at the wrist, on the meat hand, his throwing hand. 75 pitches for Fisher. Just have the feeling Thomas is going to pummel one here. The 2-1. Swung on and skied down the right side. That will make the seats. 2-2 the count. One on, one out, one in on the home run by Cordero. Skeeter's down by just a pair now, 4-2. The southpaw pitching from the stretch will look at first. A double take. Now kicks and comes home. This one swung and a missed, strike 3. Thomas down here, second strikeout of the inning, fourth of the game. In steps Alvaro Rondon. Rondon grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. Skeeter's trailing 4-2. The run in here on a Cordero home run. Rondon will try to keep the train moving here with the runner on. Phipps at first. 2 down. Lefty-lefty matchup here for Fisher against Rondon. Rondon used to be a switch hitter, but abandoned it a couple of years ago. It's worked out for him. One ball and no strikes to Alvaro. They set up outside, and this one a curve that broke so much that Rondon bailed out from the left side, and it caught the outside corner. Wow. One ball and one strike. You never see Alvaro get fooled that badly. That was some break. This next pitch will be pitch number 80 from Fisher. It's nubbed foul back to left of home, 1-2. So you figure in an ideal inning, 10 pitches per inning. If you're pitching great, you throw 40. Well, Fisher has thrown double that here in the fourth. He's thrown 80 pitches in 4 through 89. This one through the wickets, stepping on second. He won't have a play there, but he gets the play at first. So it'll still be his 6-3 putout, and that will do it. But the Skeeters get one back on the one-out home run by Albert Cordero, his 12th of the year. And through 4, your score. It is now the Ducks 4 and the Skeeters 2.
Trying to plan a fun corporate or family event? Let us help. With our group packages here at Constellation, we have everything you need for fun, friendly, family, affordable entertainment. No matter what size the group, we have options for you, like our picnic plaza with our in-ground pool and even a 2-hour food buffet. The Skeeters can customize an outing to fit all your needs. To plan your event, call us here at 281-240-HITS or log on to sugarlandskeeters.com.
Sweet 96 is a brand new radio station designed just to serve Sugar Land and Fort Bend County. But we can't build the best without your help. Spread the word about our good work and we'll do the same. Like us on Facebook at Sweet 96 FM or drop us an email at our website, sweet96.com. Together, we will build a better city and Fort Bend County. If it's important to you, it's important to us at the all-new Sweet 96.
Are you buying or selling a home in Longmeadow Farms, Aliana, Waterside Estates, Pecan Grove, New Territory, Greatwood, or Harvest Green? Depend on Kim Halstead and Coldwell Banker United Realtors at 281-777-1907. A multi-million-dollar producer and Fort Bend County real estate expert, Kim is uniquely qualified with a proven track record of success and almost 20 years of satisfied customers. Kim Halstead and Coldwell Banker United Realtors, 281-777-1907.
We are La Casina. Los Skeeters!
Top of the 5th inning. Skeeters get a little closer. They're down 4-2. Top of the order for the Ducks. Ruby Silver, Daniel Fields, Lou Ford. First pitch is foul down the left side. No balls and one strike by Silva. Silva has singled and scored, struck out looking, one of 4 Ks that Wade has. Wade is super stingy when it comes to walks. In 20 starts this year, he has walked just 18 batters. This one, a ground ball to the right side. That'll be out number 1. All teams with 3 hits apiece. Ducks leading the Skeeters 4-2. 1 out, none up for Daniel Fields. 4-3 putout was out number 1. Fields, who homered last time up, also reached on an error. He has scored 2 runs and driven in a run. Home run is 9th of the year. First pitch to left-handed hitter is foul down the left side. Will this stay in play? No. It's off the railing down the left side on the grandstand. There are no balls and 1 strike to count here. Let's take a look at the pitch count here on Wade. Much better than his counterpart. Right now, 61 pitches. 61 pitches. 40 for strikes, 22 for balls. So 62 pitches now after that last pitch. Wade has to wait for the left side of his infield to get back into position. They went a long way for that one. No balls on 1 strike to count here on Fields. Came in 261, now 9 home runs, 39 ribbies. They set up inside, and this one a strike on the inside corner, 0-2. Back to Wade and his small walk total. Let's see, that's how far we go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 starts. He has walked a total of 5 batters. This one misses outside, 1-2. That's unbelievable. At one point, he went 4 starts without walking a batter. This one misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count here on Daniel Fields, former big league with the Tigers. 1 career game in the bigs, went 1 for 3. Tell you the rest of his story as we move along in this game. This one foul down the left side. Can sprinkle some of that story in here now. Mentioned his father, not only a 3-time batting champ in the minors, but also a hitting coach at the big league level with the Tigers, and that's where Fields got his cup of coffee in the bigs. And as a 12-year-old, he hit a homer out of Comerica Park with a wood bat. Said he dropped some jaws and kind of realized he wanted to be a professional baseball player at that point. Payoff pitch to Fields. Check swing, did he go? They appeal. He did not. Ball 4. Just talking about how good the walk total is with Wade. I jinxed him good. So 1 on and 1 out here. Lou Ford will step in. Ford was hit by a pitch and scored, and was robbed on a great play at short by Alvaro Rondon. So 0 for 1 officially. Ford makes his home in Long Island, but he is a Texas native from Beaumont. There's one a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Lou, good hitter as he is, was really bypassed in high school. Didn't get drafted. Originally went to A&M and then Seminole State College in Oklahoma. Finally went to Dallas Baptist. Helped them win an NAIA World Series in 1999. Drafted eventually in the 12th round by the Red Sox out of Dallas Baptist. First full season in 2000, stole 52 bases for Augusta in the Sally League. Could really run at one time. He had 20 steals in the big leagues one year. Ground ball to second. This might be 2. And it is. Thomas to Rondon to Norris. And Wade gets out of it. Unconventional 1-2-3 inning. 3 straight 1-2-3 innings, although this one the unconventional type. Middle of the 5th, halfway through. Skeeters trailing 4-2.
Spring-free trampoline. The perfect way to go outside and be active. Your family will enjoy the thrill of a trampoline that keeps them safe and engaged all year long, right in your backyard. Visit us in Katy or online at www.springfreetrampoline.com. Smart in safety, smart in quality, smart in innovation. Spring Free Trampoline.
What does it take to rebuild trust? At Wells Fargo, we've been thinking about that a lot lately. For us, it begins with a renewed commitment to our customers, fixing what went wrong, making things right, working with more transparency and
Shane, I'm up on top of the Coco Fit Club dugout. I got my buddy Lincoln. Lincoln tells me he's got this thing. He's going to smoke it. Are you ready, Lincoln? You know the deal. Watch the fries. Tell me where they're at. If you're in the right spot, you're the winner. Pretty simple, right? All right, let's give it a look.
Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member.
And they're in 3 right now.
G2G Family Shooting Range in Rosenberg wants to invite you to stop by and check out the cleanest, safest, and most enjoyable shooting range in our area. G2G is family, female, and male friendly.
Lincoln, where is
it?
Tell me. Give me a number.
And home defense
He's saying
training.
1, Shane. What do we got, buddy?
Don't just think you know what to do to defend yourself and your
Ay,
family.
caramba!
832-595-8415 to find out more. Or just stop by at 25635 Southwest Freeway.
Top of the order here in the bottom of the 5th. Barrett Barnes, Anthony Jansanti, Derek Norris, 1, 2, and 3. Skeeters trailing 4-2. It's one outside, 1-0. Barnes has flied it to right, walked and stolen a base. But I assure you, it is still there. The 1-0 from the southpaw. Pop up right side, foul territory. Long run by Washington near the Skeeters dugout. I'll grab it for out number 1. So 1 out, none on for Anthony Jansanti, who was grounded out to third and flying it to center. He is 0 for 2. Oh, Anthony, this year against the Ducks, hitting .216, going 11 for 51. But he does have a home run and 3 RBIs. First pitch to the Skeeters, right-hand hitting center fielder, fouled off to the right side, 0-1. Anthony came in at .294, 16 home runs, 54 RBIs. The 0-1. This one is low. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out and none on here in the bottom of the 5th. Ducks 4, Skeeters 2. The 1-1 is fouled off to the right side, so 1-2 on number 2-1, Anthony Jansanti. Anthony tied for 7th in the league with those 16 home runs, 5th in runs with 77. He's also 4th in the Atlantic League and 1st on the Skeeters in stolen bases with 34, a new career high, passing his old career high of 31 he set last year. So on chop foul off of third. Count remains 1-2. Led the Skeeters last year in hits at 127, was in 2017 Atlantic League All-Star. Also set the Skeeters franchise record for hitting streak, which was at 26. A bullet through the left side is going to be a base hit for Anthony as he tries to finish at 300 on the season. So 1 on and 1 out for Derek Norris. Norris walked and scored on the air by the left fielder Anthony Vega, lined out to the left fielder last time up. Officially 0 for 1. Norris, first 2 at-bats, 3-2 counts. Let me say when he steps in there with that great eye, 3rd in the league in walks. Always seems to run it to 3-2 eventually. We'll see him do it for a 3rd straight time. Skeeters trailing 4-2 here in the bottom of the fifth. First pitch, Swan, a hit high in the air to left center field, but playable. The center fielder Fields will field it and throw it into second. That might have a little bit more lift on it. It must have got off the end of the bat. There's two down. That'll bring in Juan Silverio, who has one of the Skeeters' 4 hits. He has singled and struck out. He is 1 for 2. Take a peek at the other game, see if that 4-4 game has gone final or score has changed. They're in the bottom of the ninth. Bees and Blue Crabs in Southern Maryland still tied at 4. First pitch is high, 1 ball and no strikes to count here. Four runs on 3 hits for the Ducks, 2 runs on 4 hits for the Skeeters. Sugar Land's committed a pair of errors. The Ducks won. Matt Job is on deck. Should Silvera reach here with 2 down? Fisher's got to be getting close to 100 pitches here. Get to it after this pitch. This one, Swan, a hit towards short. I go to second, and that'll do it. Nice play by the shortstop, Cody Puck. 4 on the fielder's choice. Let's see, that was pitch number 91 for Fisher. We are through 5 innings of play. It is still the Ducks 4 and the Skeeters 2 here at Constellation Field.
Tuesdays are 2 for Tuesdays at Constellation Field this season. Every Tuesday home game, fans can buy 1 field box ticket or grassland ticket and get 1 free. Watch the Skeeters in exciting Atlantic League action. Half-price tickets for groups are also available each Tuesday, or you can buy tickets 24/7 at sugarlandskeeters.com. For more details, give us a call at 281-240-4487. That's 240-HITS. Sugarland Skeeters, it's more than baseball.
What does it take to rebuild trust? At Wells Fargo, we've been thinking about that a lot lately. For us, it begins with a renewed commitment to our customers, fixing what went wrong, making things right, working with more transparency and higher accountability, and reinventing how we serve you. It's a new day at Wells Fargo, but it's a lot like our first day. Wells Fargo, established 1852, re-established 2018. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Trying to plan a fun corporate or family event? Let us help. With our group packages here at Constellation, we have everything you need for fun, friendly, family, affordable entertainment. No matter what size the group, we have options for you, like our picnic plaza with our in-ground pool and even a 2-hour food buffet. The Skeeters can customize an outing to fit all your needs. To plan your event, call us here at 281-240-HITS or log on to sugarlandskeeters.com.
Top of the 6th inning, Connor Wade back to work. He will face the meat of the order here for the Ducks, 4, 5, and 6. Taylor Ard, David Washington, and Ramon Cabrera. First pitch here is chop foul. Slow roller back in the left of home. No balls and 1 strike to count. Ard has struck out both times up against Wade. Half of Wade's strikeouts, who has 4. They'll set up down the middle, and the 0-1 is a broken bat. Slow roller towards short. Rondon grabs it, fires it to first. Still gets Ard by plenty. 6-3 on the putout. Now to bring in David Washington, who has flied it to center and struck out. Skeeters trailing 4-2 here. Washington came in batting .229, second in home runs 24, 7th in RBIs with 70. Wind blowing fairly stiff out towards right center with a left-handed hitter, so Wade's going to have to pitch him more on the outside corner, but he went oppo in game 1, so he's just Tough guy to get out. Typical power hitter, low average, high in home runs. Washington hitting just 194 against the Skeeters this year. He is 7 for 36, but has 3 home runs and 8 RBIs. And I guess up and down is the same story for him. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out here in the top half of the 6th inning. Skeeters trailing 4-2. A 1-1 by Wade. That's one a strike right at the knees. Guess Washington felt it was a little low. He is 6'5". Looked like a pretty good pitch. Wade rocks and fires. The 1-2 is high, 2-2. See what they set up here. Cordera's going to set up low and away, and this one just misses off the outside corner. Great location by Wade, but that'll run the count full 3-2. Payoff pitch coming here to Washington. They'll set up inside this time. And this one swung and a miss, strike 3. So he struck out Ard twice. He's struck out Washington twice now. So the 2 batters for the 5 Ks by Wade. And there's 2 down. So that'll bring in Ramon Cabrera as Wade looks for his 4th straight 1-2-3 inning. He had 2 conventional ones in the 3rd and 4th, and then the unconventional type last inning after a ground out walk and double play. So we just still face the minimum over these last 4 innings. This one a strike at the knees, 0-1 the count on the switch hitter. Cabrera reached on an error by shortstop Alvaro Rondon and lined sharply to right. So he is 0 for 2. Came in 263, 3 home runs and 30 RBIs. This one is hit again toward short to the left of second. The second base bag. Easy throw to first. And another 1-2-3 inning for Wade. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Skiers will try to chip away at that 4-2 deficit.
Hey, what's for dinner tonight? That's probably the hardest question we all answer every day. May I suggest La Cocina Mexican Restaurant? Dine in or take away. They have the best Mexican food in the area, and it's all handmade from scratch. Try their famous street tacos. The Fiesta Packs are unbeatable, and delivery is provided. Located at 515 FM 359, or for even quicker service or reservations, 281-238-0872. That's 281-238-0872.
Sweet 96 is on the air everywhere. On the radio from our Fort Bend County Tower site located on the Grand Parkway at 96.1 FM or online at sweet96.com. Click the Listen Live link and enjoy our community programming anytime you like from anywhere in the world. Or just tap the app. Download the free TuneIn Radio app for your smartphone and search Sweet 96.
Over here in section 17,
Salon Evan and Day Spa is the premier of Veda Concept Salon in Sugar Land, locally owned and family operated since 1989. Let our Aveda trained stylists take you to the highest level of satisfaction with the latest techniques for coloring, highlighting, and precision haircuts. Treat yourself to our famous Aveda facial, a relaxing massage, or a signature manicure and pedicure. Have an ultimate salon experience today at Salon Evan and Day Spa, 281-980-5160, 281-980-5160.
Bottom of the 6th, Skeeters still trailing 4-2. Jake Fisher, the Southpaw, still on the hill for the Ducks. Skeeters will send up 5, 6, and 7. Matt Chavez, Albert Cordero, Dennis Phipps. Curveball doesn't break, high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0. Swan and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. 4 runs on 3 hits for Long Island. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Skeeters. Fisher still working at a pretty quick pace here, despite being over 90 pitches. They set up inside. The 1-1 way inside. Chavez has to jump back out of the way of that one. 2-1. Chavez never lets a pitcher get into a rhythm here. Goes through that routine every time after every pitch. The 2-1. This one is pops up right side. The second baseman Silva down the right field line will reach back and wow, almost dropped that one. Little ice cream cone catch there. So 1 out. In steps Albert Cordero, homered his last time up. Got the Skeeters within 2, and that's where we are here, 4-2. He's also walked. Cordero came in 292, now 12 home runs and 63 ribbies. Look at the Bees Blue Crabs game. They're in the bottom of the 10th, still tied at 4. This one is outside. You could say that's the battle of the sweet and the crabby. Bees versus the Blue Crabs. I guess when the Bees and the Skeeters play, it's the battle of the sweets. A regular cavity fest. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th. Skeeters trailing 4-2. Nobody on here for Sugarland. The 1-1. This one is just off the outside corner. 2-1. Fisher rapidly approaching the 100-pitch plateau. Some Ducks pitchers stretching in the bullpen, but nobody throwing as of yet. The 2-1. Swan and drilled to the left center field gap. Will Fields run it down, slides, and he came up with it. What a catch by the center fielder. Took a hit, maybe an extra base hit away from Cordero. Gave Fields the reverse jinx. He's playing well, defensively and offensively. Fields already has a home run in this game, and now that great catch. It's all on me. Taking full responsibility. Speaking of responsibility, Fisher's first pitch here to Phipps will be pitch number 100. This one swung and missed. No balls and 1 strike to count, so manager Kevin Baez will try to get his pitcher through 6, and that'll probably be it. 59 strikes, 41 balls. This one just off the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike on Mr. Phipps. They will set up outside here. And this one is a little bit low. 2 balls and 1 strike. 4 runs on 3 hits and 1 error for the Ducks. 2, 4, and 2 for your Skeeters. The 2-1. Swung and chopped foul to the left of the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Last time Fisher was over 100 pitches was on August 10th. So over a month ago, he threw 110 pitches. That was 3 straight outings and 4 of 5 that he went over 100. And those are 4 of the 5 times he's gone over 100 this season. Full count now here on Phipps. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Fisher has walked 3 and struck out 5. And this one hit high in the air to left field, but playable Anthony Vega near the line will bring it down. Thanks to a great play by a center fielder, he has a 3-up, 3-down inning, which is the first of the game for him. That will probably do it, I think. He is at 104 pitches now. Well, that probably will be all. Well, Skeeter is trailing 4-2. Now trying to get a little closer. And we move to the 7th when we get back. Skeeter's trailing 4-2.
Kids 12 and under get in free for every Wednesday.
Well, Shane, I said, girls, go out and find me
Constellation
some
Field.
extra large contestants. And they listen, and here we got some big old brawny dudes. Guys, it's pretty simple. There's 4 of you. There's only 3 chairs. You make a little loop-de-loop. When the music stops, somebody better find a place to sit. One, there's going to be one man, odd man out, okay? All right, guys. Shane, give me a beat, man. Let's hear something.
An hour before scheduled game times. Sugarland Skeeters. It's
and
more
they got
than
the walking part down. This might
the
get ugly
National
here in a
Baseball
second.
Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. Relive baseball's greatest
I like
moments.
the brute
Connect
force,
with
but
the
white
national
shirt wins.
pastime
I'm sorry,
in
brother.
honor of the
All right.
all-time
Yeah,
greats
white
of the
shirt
game.
wins.
Plan your
making an
family
executive
visits
ruling.
today
All right,
at
3 dudes, 2 chairs.
baseballhall.org.
This is Skeeter's broadcaster Will Scott. Sugarland unites. Get your postseason tickets now by
Black
calling
shirt's the winner
TDC
here.
Ticket office at 281-240-4487.
Yeah, you're the black shirt, dude. All right, 2 dudes, 1 chair.
Hits. Or you can go to sugarlandskeeters.com. And be sure to join the voice of the Skeeters, Ira Liebman, for every
And
playoff
he wasn't
game
even
on
close.
Sweet
He got
96.1
a little
FM.
tricky finish there,
the new
guys.
home
All right,
of the Sugarland
Shane,
Skeeters.
back to
as
you.
Your Skeeters look to take home their 2nd title in franchise history. Go Skeeters!
Hi, I'm Ira Liebman, voice of the Sugarland Skeeters. Join me every Friday night to hear Skeeters Baseball live on Sweet 96, Sugarland's only radio station. Listen each Friday night when the Skeeters are both at home and on the road on 96.1 FM for the Friday night game of the week. Follow the drive for the 2018 Atlantic League Championship as the Skeeters and Sweet 96 team up for the first time. Sugarland, it doesn't get any sweeter! Well, we move to the top of the 7th. New pitcher on the mound, the Punisher. Mark Haynes will step in here, take over for Connor Wade. First pitch is low, 1-0. Haynes 31. He will be 32 in 4 days on the 17th. That's the day after the season ends and an off day. The 1-0 here from the right-hander. Haynes will kick and fire the 1-0. This one low and away, 2-0. Well, Haynes is number 25, 6'2", 205, born in Kansas City but grew up here in Sugarland. Began the season with the Wichita Wingnuts, where Tony Thomas was till recently. Haynes 9 years as a pro. Pitched for Rice University here in Houston. This one is a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Haynes has really been phenomenal in his return here to Sugarland. He is 2-1 with a 2.17 ERA. 22nd appearance tonight, 20 2/3, 24 Ks, 10 walks, 11 hits, a whip of 1.02. This one swung and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Big rip there by Miles Williams, trying to send it a mile. Last time out, September 7th at New Britain. The Punisher picked up the loss in a 4-3 defeat. 1 inning, 2 runs, both earned, 2 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. They'll set up outside here. And the 2-2. This one way outside. That'll run the count full 3-2. Skeeters trailing 4-2 here in the top half of the 7th inning. The wind really blowing out strong to right center field. Payoff pitch coming here from Haynes. They will set up away again. And the 3-2 from the righty. Swung and fouled up to the right side. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Did not get a chance to talk about the Skeeters' new addition, Jorge De Leon. Get to more on him in a moment. Again, the payoff pitch here by the Punisher. He'll kick and deal. And this one down low, ball 4, a leadoff walk here. Just the second walk of the game. Get to Wade's finals numbers. Right now he is on the hook for the loss. Now Wade pitched solidly again. 6 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, but only one of them was earned. 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. The only run that was earned was the Fields home run. So now Haynes will pitch to the left-hander hitting left fielder Anthony Vega, who came in batting just 172. Next 2 hitters not hitting very well. 172 for Vega, 225 for Puckett. It's one foul up the third base line. Get you a little background on De Leon. If his name sounds familiar, that's because he spent some time with the Astros. 2013 and 2014. Was with Gary Southshore with the Railcats the last 2 seasons. Last year a great year, 9-2 with a 1.74 ERA and 10 saves. With Felipe Paulino looking like he is gone for the season, he could be the new closer. Throw to first. Coming back in head first was Anthony Vega. Excuse me, was Miles Williams. Vega at the plate. De Leon just 31 years old. Same age as Mark Haynes, who's on the hill right now. Squaring to bunt again. Here is Vega. He does square and gets it down. Haynes thinks about second. He's going to try it, and they got him. Nice play by Haynes. Pounced off the mound quickly and gets the fielder's choice. A 1-6 on the fielder's choice, so sack bunt failed attempt. So it plays Vega for Williams, and that'll bring in Cody Puckett, who's 0 for 2. He's grounded to third and flied out to right. Leon out of the Dominican Republic made his Major League debut for the Astros against the Rangers. That's a pretty nifty matchup. Both Texas teams in your debut. 0-1 with a 5.40 ERA in 2013 and no record in a 4.91 ERA in 2014. 19 career big league games. This was his 3rd straight year with Gary. That's actually where Yasutoma Kubo came from. He was 2-1 with a 2.82 ERA, but just 1 save this season after 21 combined in the last 2. And throw to first, and they're going to have Vega hung out to dry. Norris will throw it down to Rondon, who will chase down Vega. Oh, flash, no match. That will be technically a caught stealing as he broke towards second. It'll go down 1-3-6. So 2 outs, none off for Cody Puckett. Nice job by the Punisher. Puckett still awaiting his first pitch. Skeeters trailing 4-2 here in the top half of the 7th. Haynes kicks and fires the first pitch. This one a high strike. Puckett kind of winced his head to his left. Guess that was at the letters. 0-1 the count. Haynes, the right-hander, will kick and deal the 0-1. This one low and in near the feet of Puckett. 1-1. Haynes was not what you would call a quick worker, but precise. It's one low and away, 2-1. Haynes played with Anthony Rendon while at Rice University and former Skeeters catcher Danny Lehman. The 2-1. This one played 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. None on. Skeeters trailing 4-2 here in the 7th. The 2-2 here by Haynes. They're going to set up low and away. The right-hander deals, and this one way outside 3-2. Three-2 here by Haynes. He'll kick and fire at home. And this one swung on and missed. Strike 3. Strikeout Punisher, and that'll do it. Well, it is 7th inning stretch time. Get your peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I do care if you never come back. Skeeters trailing 4-2.
So there I was, just minding my own business when a hit and run. This guy came out of nowhere. Bam! And he just kept going. Thankfully, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance was there with the right auto coverage for how and where I drive. So I was on my way in no time to witness the hit and run that really matter.
Now that's a moment worth covering. 877 Farm Bureau.
Skeeters fans, end your weekend with Skeeters baseball at Constellation Field for Sunday Fun Day. We have something for everyone. Play catch in the outfield, and your favorite Skeeters players will be signing autographs before the game. Also, after the game, all kids will be able to run the bases. Constellation Field has everything you need for a fun, family-friendly, affordable day at the ballpark. For more information, contact us at 281-240-HITS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
G2G Family Shooting Range in Rosenberg wants to invite you to stop by and check out the cleanest, safest, and most enjoyable shooting range in our area. G2G is family, female, and male friendly. They offer proper licensing and home defense training. Don't just think you know what to do to defend yourself and your family. 832-595-8415 to find out more, or just stop by at 25635 Southwest Freeway.
Let me hear you. Going loud. A1, A2, A3. Take me out to the lobby. Take me out to the ground. Buy some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care.
Well, I hope you're all stretched out. Skeeters trailing 5-2. Mentioned former Astro Jorge De Leon, the new addition for the Skeeters. Well, another former Astro on the hill for the Ducks here. Fernando Abad will pitch to 8-9-1. Tony Thomas, Alvaro Rondon, and Barrett Barnes. First pitch here, a strike. 0-1 the count. Jake Fisher out of this game. Fisher threw 105 pitches, 61 of them for strikes. And the rest of his line right after this next pitch. The 0-1 from the left-hander. Swung and missed 0-2. Fisher 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, but only 1 earned. 3 walks and 5 Ks. That is literally a quality start. 3 runs or less in 6 innings. No balls and 2 strikes here on Thomas, who has struck out both times up against Fisher, so he's glad to see him gone. The lefty deals. Pretty good fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes, that one outside. He's 1-0 with a microscopic Felipe Paulino-like ERA of .54. This is his 18th appearance. He's got 2 saves, 16 2/3, 20 Ks against just 5 walks. As he strikes out Thomas here on 3 pitches. And that is now 6 in a row retired between Fisher and Abad. Well, Thomas has struck out all 3 times up tonight. 1 out, none off for Alvaro Rondon. Last time out for Abad, he picked up the win, his only win of the year, in a 5-4 victory that was against the Skeeters in Game 1. As they comeback win, they trailed 4-3 in the ninth, scored 2 off of Paulino in his 3rd attempt at the Skeeters' single-season save record. Abad went 1 inning, allowed 1 run, but it was unearned on 1 hit, no walks, and struck out the side. In fact, in his last 2 outings, 5 of his 6 outs have been via the K. The 0-1 to Rondon. This one in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th. Skeeters are trailing 4-2 here. Take another peek over at the only other game on the Atlantic League scoreboard tonight. Between the Bees and the Blue Crabs. This one is into shallow right field. A diving attempt by Miles Williams, and he flops over. Man, he looks hurt. That was not pretty to watch. You hope he did not strain his neck. And here comes the Ducks trainer, manager Kevin Baez. Ouch. You hope he did not injure his neck. He dove for it head first and then flopped over it very awkwardly as well. He's getting up. That's at least a good sign. Doubled over on both knees. Everybody coming over to see if he's okay. That was not pretty. Well, we have this moment. Chance to take a look at a little Baseball 101, this day in baseball history, brought to you by Texas State Technical College in Fort Bend County. Make your own history by earning your associate's degree at TSTC. Visit tstc.edu to learn more. Well, on this day in 2011, after getting the first 2 outs on strikeouts, Mariano Rivera records his 600th career save when catcher Russell Martin throws out Ichiro Suzuki trying to steal second base for the final out of the game. The 41-year-old Yankees closer is 1 save shy of Trevor Hoffman's major league record, who would eventually pass on and become the all-time save leader. And Rivera will be eligible for the Hall of Fame next year, which begs the question, would Hoffman have gotten in if he was on the same ballot next year? He got in as a Hall of Famer this year. And also interesting, on this roster, well, not playing tonight, Deanna Navarro actually beat out Russell Martin, and they were both with the Dodgers in spring training. But later that year, it would be all Martin's job, and he would go on to 2 straight All-Star seasons, and Navarro would be traded to Tampa and go to the World Series that year with the Rays. Well, that is good news, at least. Williams is up and walking around, and he's going to stay in this game. Wow. That's a good job by Veteran and hitting coach Lou Ford came all the way out to see if he was okay. That looked terrible, I gotta say. Take a look at that other Atlantic League score. Top of the 12. Still tied at 4 between the Bees and the Crabs in a meaningless game with both teams eliminated from playoff competition for about a week now. So it will be a hit for Alvaro. 1 on and 1 out. Back to the top of the order with Barrett Barnes. Barnes so far tonight has flatted to right, walked and stolen a base and fouled out. So he is 0 for 2 officially. Barrett came in 259, 12 home runs, 51 RBIs for number 27. Barnes against the Ducks this year, 7 for 35 and even 200. That is over 10 games. Ducks at double play depth. They set up inside. A hard throwing southpaw. That's one sky to right center field. And it's going to be the center fielder Daniel Fields who hauls it in for the second out. So 2 outs, 1 on. Rondon back to first. Anthony Jansanti will step in. Jansanti has grounded to third, flat to the center, and singled last time up, so he is 1 for 3. Anthony 11 for 51 against the Ducks coming in 13 games, hitting .216. So the only players that are hitting over .289 against the Ducks are all gone. Kyle Kubica 321, Colin Walsh 316, and Courtney Hawkins at .289. Everybody .286 and below. And Silvera has only played 2 games against the Ducks, and he's at .286. Chavez and everybody else .268 and below. So on a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike to count here. 2 outs, 1 on. Skeeters trailing by 2, 4-2 here in the bottom of the 7th. So far for Fernando Abad, 10 pitches, 7 for strikes. This one chopped foul off of third. Now, interesting, with Pete Incaviglia being thrown out into first, Corey Dommel is the third base coach, and Juice is at first. I don't know why they swapped. Why not just put Dommel at first? 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here on Jansanti. See where they set up here. They'll set up inside. That's one swung and a missed, strike 3. That one in the dirt. They'll have to throw it down to first to complete it. They do, and that'll do it here. It'll go down 2-3 on the strikeout. Second strikeout of the inning for Abad. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 7 complete. Skeeter's still down 4-2.
Available female is seeking a long-term relationship with someone I can depend on. For someone that I can trust and feel safe with. For someone that isn't just after me for my money. Someone who is ASC certified and can handle all my automotive needs.
Christian Brothers Automotive is the perfect match for you. Located in New Territory right behind the Randalls, Christian Brothers is locally owned and operated by Kelly Adams. You can trust Kelly to take the fear out of auto care. Her number is 281-242-2886 to start your new relationship today.
Hey fans, come bring the family for one of the most exciting nights of the week here at Constellation Field. Firework Fridays, where we celebrate our Skeeters like it's the 4th of July. With music and a fantastic fireworks show after each and every Friday home game. That's included with your ticket purchase.
Who wants $500?
We'll be doing this every Friday through the entire
That's what I'm
Skeeter
talking
season.
about, because
So
whoever
start
I
off your
draw
weekend
out
with the
here,
bang.
if you're in
For
that
more
seat,
information,
you're walking away with
contact us at
$500
281-240-HITS or visit us on the web at sugarlandskeeters.com.
Saturdays at 4 p.m., it's the Top 40 Block Party on Sweet 96.
And they got the booze
sponsored in
going
part
already.
by
Sorry,
your
guys.
Plumber for Life,
I love
Steinmetz
ya.
Plumbing in
But-
Richmond. They're called your Plumber for Life because once you've used
Gotta get my
Steinmetz,
steps
you'll
in
never
today.
use anyone else.
Going for
They are
25,000.
fast,
I got about
efficient
another foul to
repipe
go.
specialists.
All
And
right.
for any plumbing
We're going
emergency,
third
hit
base
Steinmetz.
side.
For quality of work, fair
How about that
pricing,
third
and
base?
a
Who wants
wonderful
$500?
customer service experience,
That's what
it's
I'm talking
Steinmetz
about.
Plumbing, your plumber for
I only
life.
need the
.com
10%
or
finder's fee. No, I'm just kidding.
281-620-9200.
Section 18, how we doing? just getting nice to see I'm going 16. Section 16, I see 4 potential winners. And I'm going row H. I'm going C8. That's right here. So that means tomorrow night there will be $550 on the line, Shane. If you're here tonight, you want $550, come back tomorrow night. Shane, back to you, bud.
So 2 former Astros on the hill, 1 for each side. We saw Fernando Abad for the Ducks and mentioned the newest member of the Skeeters, former Astro Jorge De Leon will make his Skeeters debut here. Skeeters trailing 4-2, top of the order against the right-hander Ruby Silva, Daniel Fields, and Lou Ford. First pitch here is a strike to the left-handed hitter. Silva has singled, struck out, and grounded out to second. He's also scored a run. Mentioned earlier that he had played for the Gary South Shore Railcats in the American Association each of the last 3 years. This one fisted foul 0-2. Going back all 3 years, in 2016, 0-2 with a 171 ERA and 11 saves. Last year, 9-2 with a 174 ERA and 10 saves. So pretty close there in ERA. And that 9-2 record is almost all out of the bullpen except for one start. This one misses for a ball, 1-2. And then this year, 2-1 with a 2.82 ERA. He has struck out 26 and 22 and a third this year. A walk in just 5, so very accurate. Pretty hard thrower. The 1-2. Swung and hit in the air to center. Long run by Jan Santi. But he'll find it. And deep right center field for out number 1. A 1 out, none on for Daniel Fields. Fields has homered in this game, reached down in there, and walked. So he's been on base all 3 times. Officially 1 for 2. He has scored 2 runs and driven in a run with that home run. Fields comes from a very athletic family. Had him on the pregame show. Dad was a 3-time batting title winner in the minors and spent 3 years in the bigs. His brother, his older brother, also a former big leaguer. First pitch here is a ball, 1 ball and no strikes to count. His brother Aaron drafted by the Indians in the 42nd round in 2010. This one a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. And Fields in 2009 as a senior. And Mr. Baseball, the best player in all Michigan. Was thinking about going to Michigan, despite his family big Michigan State folks. His mom went to Michigan State. But he was drafted in the 6th round by the Tigers in 2009. And they offer you $1.625 million. Pretty much makes your final decision. Last year, Fields was with the Bridgeport Bluefish, 297, 12 home runs, 51 RBIs in 85 games. The 1-2, high and tight, 2-2. Mentioned the 3 batting titles by his dad. Hit 337 and 82 for the Macon Peaches in the Sally League, 368 and 86 for the Nashville Sounds, and then the AAA American Association, as this one is grabbed by Skeeter's second baseman Tony Thomas on the umpike line drive, and there's 2 down, and then he had 351 and 89 for the Calgary Cannons in the PCL. 2 outs, none for Lou Ford. Ford has been hit by a pitch and scored, was robbed on a great play by Alvaro Rondon, and hit into a 4-6-3 double play last time up. So Lou 0 for 2. Ford came in at 299, 10 home runs, and 73 RBIs. 9th season with Long Island. This one a strike on the outside corner. That's to erect a statue for him if he plays a decade. In fact, the only person ever was Barnstormers manager Ross Peoples to play 10 years for one team with the Barnstormers. This one swung and missed. Foul tipped into the mid of Cordero, and the backswing knocks his helmet off. And I mean Ford knocked his own helmet off. Was the Atlantic League Player of the Year, Ford, in 2014. 6 seasons in the majors, 5 with the Twins and then 1 with the Orioles. The 0-2 in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Ford. Ford in 2002 won a home run derby at Double-A. That season he played for New Britain when they were part of the Twins organization in Triple-A Edmonton. Hit a combined 318, 20 home runs, 75 RBIs. That's a big swing and a miss as Ford goes down to one knee. So an impressive debut for De Leon. Gets a flyout, a lineout, and a powerful strikeout against a good hitter, Lou Ford. 1-2-3 go the Ducks. Skeeters are down 4-2. Back here.
Spring Free Trampoline. The perfect way to go outside and be active. Your family will enjoy the thrill of a trampoline that keeps them safe and engaged all year long, right in your backyard. Visit us in Katy or online at www.springfreetrampoline.com. Smart in safety, smart in quality, smart in innovation. Spring Free Trampoline.
Shane, they say great
Hey,
minds
what's for
think
dinner
alike, and
tonight? That's
they
probably
also
the hardest
dress alike.
question
Look
we
at
all
these guys.
answer
Couple of
every
good-looking
day.
guys. I got
May I
Dustin and
suggest La
Mauricio.
Cocina Mexican
They say they know
Restaurant?
how this
Dine in
works.
or
They're ready to
take
start
away.
ringing a bell.
They
You
have
guys
the
ready?
best Mexican
All right, let's
food
take a
in
look
the
at our
area,
first
and it's
question.
all
When you know the answer,
handmade
ring the
from
bell. About how
scratch. Try
long
their
does it take the
famous
moon
street
to
tacos.
revolve around the
Fiesta
earth?
Packs are unbeatable, and delivery is provided. Located at 515 FM 359, or for even quicker service or reservations, 281-238-0872. That's 281-238-0872.
I'm going to say we round up and call that. That's
Hi, I'm Ira Lehman, voice of the
Come on,
Sugarland
not
Skeeters.
not
Join me
quite.
every
Okay,
Friday
so
night
0-0. All
to
right,
hear
let's go.
Skeeters
Question two.
Baseball live on Sweet
Which
96,
singing voice is the
Sugarland's
highest
only radio
pitch,
station.
soprano,
Listen
tenor, or
each
baritone?
Friday night when the Skeeters are both at home and on the road on
Soprano.
96.1
Soprano.
FM for the Friday night game of
Survey
the week.
says
Follow
he
the
is
drive
correct.
for the
All right, we got a
2018
1-0
Atlantic
lead.
League
We're either going for an
Championship
epic tie,
as the Skeeters
or Dustin's
and
about to
Sweet
put the beat
96
down. Which
team
is
up
the
for the
only
first
American
time.
state to begin with the letter P?
Doesn't get any sweeter.
Pennsylvania.
Dustin with, we don't even need to check that out. We know it's Pennsylvania, right? Dustin, give it up, my man. $500 tuition from Belhaven University. Shane, back to you, my man.
Bottom of the 8th here. Meat of the order for the Skeeters. 3, 4, and 5. Derek Norris, Juan Silverio, Matt Chavez against a new pitcher on the hill. And is Logan Andrusik. And will take over here. First pitch swung and missed. No balls and 1 strike to count. Norris is 0 for 2. He has walked, scored, line it to left, and flat it to center. Get you Logan's numbers here in just a moment. Big right-hander kicks and deals the 0-1. This one swung and missed, and a ball low and away. And quickly 0-2. Logan is 6'8", 230 pounds. This one is just off the outside corner, 1-2. 2-1 with a 1.32 ERA. His 20th appearance, 20 and a third, 26 Ks against 7 walks. So better than 3-1 strikeout to walk ratio and 17 hits allowed. He has 15 straight scoreless innings. That's why he's the setup guy. We'll try to set it up for K-Rod, Francisco Rodriguez. This one in the dirt goes to the backstop, 2-2. He does have some big league experience, and we will get to that shortly, I assure you. This one pounded down the left side, just foul. 2-2 the count. Another former Astros product. Andrusik pitched for the Stros when he was drafted in the 36th round in 2003. Was previously drafted in, he was drafted by the Astros in the 36th round in 2003, then drafted by the Reds in the 13th round in 2005. Went to college here in Waco, at Glennon Community College. Spent 5 years with the Reds from 2010 through 2014, and then in 2016 with the Orioles. Payoff pitch here to Norris, another 3-2 count, the third time tonight. Takes this one for ball 4, the second walk he's drawn tonight. Mosquitoes who are trailing 4-2 have the tying run at the plate in Juan Silverio. Cleanup hitter with plenty of power to tie this one up. Let's take a little bit of a further look here on the tall right-hander. I could get my internet to work. It'd be great. There we go. Big league totals in 6 seasons, 21-11 with a 4.03 ERA and 2 saves. 11 seasons in the minors, 18-34, and a 4.08 ERA. And Silverio almost came out of his shoes on that one. No balls and 1 strike. I'm going to take he was gearing up for a fastball. But lifetime with time elsewhere, including Japan, he is 53-52 with a 3.95 ERA. Pitched in Japan in 2016. Well, traveled that year. Actually pitched for Japan as well in 2015. This one is hammered, foul down the right side. No balls and 2 strikes on Silverio. He is not fooling Juan. Silverio steps back in, open stance from the right side against the 6'8" right-hander, Logan Andrusik. This one swung and missed, strike 3. Took something off that one and had Silverio way out in front. So 1 on and 1 out. Skeeters trailing 5-2 down to their final 5 outs here. Matt Chavez will step in. Chavez has struck out twice and popped up. He's 0 for 3. 4 runs on 3 hits for the Ducks. 2 runs on 5 hits for the Skeeters. And now the right-hander steps off here. 1 on, 1 out. Skeeters trailing 4-2. Chavez came in batting .324, 12 home runs, 72 RBIs. This one is a slow roller. They will not be able to get 2. Ard's going to fire it to first. Just gets Chavez. 5-3 on the putout. And a base hit now could make it a 1-run game as Norris goes down to second base in scoring position. That'll bring in Albert Cordero. Cordero having a good night. He has walked, he has homered, and was robbed on a great play by center fielder Daniel Fields. Cordero, the switch hit, will bat here from the left side. Well, tomorrow in Game 3, it'll be Skeeters ace Southpaw James Russell, the former big league, will take on right-hander Dennis O'Grady. There's a pitch here to Cordero in the dirt. Gets away momentarily by Cabrera, but he pounces on it right behind him. No balls and 1 strike to count. Skeeters down 4-2 here in the bottom of the 8th. The right-hander kicks and fires, and this one's swung and missed. 0-2. Good fastball again by Andrusic. Andrusic originally drafted out of high school here in Texas. As I mentioned, did not go. This one swung and a miss. Great. Andrusic, second strikeout. That will do it here for the Skeeters. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left on base. We are through 8. Skeeters still trailing 4-2. Back to the top of the 9th in a moment.
Available female is seeking a long-term relationship with someone I can depend on. For someone that I can trust and feel safe with. For someone that isn't just after me for my money. Someone who is ASC certified and can handle all my automotive needs.
Christian Brothers Automotive is the perfect match for you. Located in new territory right behind the Randalls, Christian Brothers is locally owned and operated by Kelly Adams. You can trust Kelly to take the fear out of auto care. Her number is 281-242-2886 to start your new relationship today.
Has your home or commercial
Shane, I'm down
insurance
here
claim
with
been
Victoria.
denied or underpaid?
Victoria
At Morgan
tells me
Elite
she's like an
Specialist
accomplished
Services,
championship
we
runner,
know that
right?
the
So we're about
insurance
to
claim
find out. Are
process
you
can
ready?
be stressful.
All right,
Our
Shane,
public
give me a
adjusters have
countdown.
the experience to
When
make
I
this
say go, you're
process
gonna go.
as
Get ready.
smooth,
3,
easy, and
2,
comfortable as
1.
possible.
Go,
So
Victoria.
you can get on with
Man, she
enjoying the
wasn't
things
kidding.
you're
Look at that
protecting.
stride. Are
Learn
you
more by
kidding
visiting
me?
us online
Move
at
further.
messtx.com.
This girl's like a
That's
cheetah.
messtx.com.
That purple is like a
Or
big
call us
blur.
today
Look at this.
at
She's already at 21 seconds. I mean, we might have a new
855-445-3404.
North American record.
We truly look forward to
All right,
meeting you.
Victoria, bring it home.
G2G
Cheer
Family
for her, guys.
Shooting
Let's bring
Range
her
in
home.
Rosenberg
Man,
wants to invite
she
you to
killed
stop
it.
by and check out the
Victoria,
cleanest, safest,
nice
and most
work.
enjoyable
Shane, back
shooting
to you,
range in
buddy.
our area. G2G is family, female, and male friendly. They offer proper licensing and home defense training. Don't just think you know what to do to defend yourself and your family. 832-595-8415 to find out more, or just stop by at 25635 Southwest Freeway.
Hi, I'm Kim Holstead with Coldwell Banker United Realtors in Sugar Land. Go Skeeters!
Top of the 9th. Fourth pitcher of the night for the Skeeters, former big leaguer Gene Monchi will face the meat of the order, 4, 5, and 6, Taylor R., David Washington, Ramon Cabrera. First pitch way outside. For the last 5 outings, scoreless appearances for Monchi. Monchi may be one of the options to fill the hole of Felipe Paulino. Looks like he's going to be lost for the rest of the year due to injury. He's 2-0 with a .93 ERA, 21st appearance. This one is popped up right side. Second baseman Tony Thomas there. And he'll squeeze it for out number 1. Well, between Haynes, De Leon, and Monchi, that's now 5 in a row retired by Skeeters pitching. Scores 4-2 here in the top of the 9th. The Ducks in front. It's been this way since the 4th. Good bullpens on both sides. Monchi in 19 1/3 has struck out 20, walked 11, and allowed 9 hits. So exactly 20 batters in 19 1/3 have reached. Last time out against New Brittany and the Skeeters 1-0 loss. Wade was on the short end of that as well, who started here tonight. Monchi 1 inning, no runs, no hits, no walks, 1 strikeout. First pitch a strike here to Washington, 0-1. Always a threat or a home run, especially with the wind blowing out to right center for the left-hand hitting first baseman. He is flattened to center and struck out each of the last 2 times up. Washington 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, none on. Again, the Skeeters trailing 4-2. By the way, that other game is a final in 12 innings. Blue Crabs beat the Bees 5-4. 1 ball and 2 strikes now here on Washington. There's no scenario where the Ducks can clinch tonight. If they win, they would need just 1 more win in the final 3 games to assure themselves of being in the playoffs. The 1-2 misses outside, 2-2. And that's the easiest explanation. If they should say lose all 3, then they need help, and it gets a little muddled there. They set up outside in the 2-2. On the outside corner, strike 3. A bit of a delayed call by the home plate umpire. Washington has struck it each of the last 3 times up. It is now 7 in a row retired by Skeeters pitching. On 2 outs, none on here for Ramon Cabrera. Switch hitting catcher will bat from the left side against the right-hander and former big leaguer Gene Monchi. He's reached under by the shortstop. Alvaro Rondon lined out to right and grounded out to short, so he is 0 for 3. In the 9th, it's going to be the bottom of the order for the Skeeters. Dennis Phipps, Tony Thomas, and Alvaro Rondon. And we will see K-Rod, Francisco Rodriguez for the Ducks. This one is hit in the air to center. This should be a 1-2-3 inning from Hacciardi walking off the mound. Jan Santi brings it down for the final out. Skeeters are down 4-2. Come back when we come back, but the bottom of the 9th, stick around.
Every Saturday home game at Constellation Field will feature a giveaway or a post-game concert for fans in attendance. Giveaway nights include such items as hats, Swats and Star Wars bobbleheads, a Tracy McGrady bobblehead, and much, much more. While the post-game concerts feature artist 80s sensation The Spasmatics, country bands with Roger Krieger and Jack Ingram, and even a Jimmy Buffett cover band. For a full lineup, visit SugarlandSkeeters.com for more information. Sugarland Skeeters, it's more than baseball.
Hey, what's for dinner tonight? That's probably the hardest question we all answer every day. May I suggest La Cocina Mexican Restaurant? Dine in or take away. They have the best Mexican food in the area, and it's all handmade from scratch. Try their famous street tacos. The Fiesta Packs are unbeatable, and delivery is provided. Located at 515 FM 359, or for even quicker service or reservations, 281-238-0872. That's 281-238-0872.
Spring Free Trampoline. The perfect way to go outside and be active. Your family will enjoy the thrill of a trampoline that keeps them safe and engaged all year long, right in your backyard. Visit us in Katy or online at www.springfreetrampoline.com. Smart in safety, smart in quality, smart in innovation. Spring Free Trampoline.
Last chance for the Skeeters here in the bottom of the 9th. They're trailing 4-2. Well, it is time for Francisco Rodriguez. K-Rod having a great year with the Ducks, 2-1 at 2.65 ERA, 43rd appearance here tonight. 26 saves, 40 2/3. He has struck out 40, walked 21, and allowed 27 hits. First pitch here to Dennis Phipps. He's low and away, 1-0. Bottom of the order here for the Skeeters in the bottom of the ninth. Dennis Phipps, Tony Thomas, Alvaro Rondon, 7, 8, and 9. Well, Rodriguez pitched in that come-from-behind win. 5-4 Ducks victory on 9-11. 1 inning. No runs, no hits, a save. This one is crushed to left center field. This may go, and it is going to be caught in deep left center field. Thought that had a little more on it. Oh, just a long, scary out for Rodriguez. And his center fielder Daniel Fields runs down, and the Skeeters, who are down by 2, are down to their final 2 outs. Tony Thomas having a rough night. He is 0 for 3. Has struck out all 3 times up. Now Francisco Rodriguez, 36 years old, 4th all-time in saves in the big leagues with 437. Only Lee Smith, Trevor Hoppen, who we spoke about earlier, and Rivera in front of him. He was up in the big leagues by age 20 after getting signed in 1999 at 17 years old. This one swung and a miss. 0-2 the count here to Thomas. In that first year, he helped the Angels win their first and only World Series championship. Only 5 games in the regular season, but really stepped it up a notch in the playoffs and struck out a lot of guys in key spots. That's where he got the name K-Rod. Check swing, but it looks like he went, and he did. And Thomas, the golden sombrero, he struck out all 4 times up. The Skeeters down to their final out. Didn't get a chance to talk about this. Felipe Paulino, despite looking like he is done for the year, there's no way he cannot win the save title. He has 33 saves. Rodriguez here, even if he gets a save tonight, 27 would be his number. And there's only 3 games left, so he will lead the league in saves here in 2018. First pitch is hit through the left side for a base hit. The Skeeters, just like that, bring the tying run to the plate. Rondon now 2 for 4. And Barrett Barnes will try to keep this chain going. Barnes has flat out to right, walked, stole the base, fouled out to first, and flat out to center. Skeeters trailing 4-2 here in the ninth. Rodriguez in the big leagues, lifetime record of 52 and 53 with a 2.86 ERA is really impressive. Those 437 saves. Spent more than twice the time in the big leagues than in the minors. 16 big league seasons, 7 in the minors, 21 and 31 in the minors with 15 saves and a 4.17 ERA. So much better in the majors than in the minors. Was at the big league level just last year, but he was hurt. Went just 2 and 5 with a 7.82 ERA for the Tigers in 28 appearances, had 7 saves. Spent time at A, Advanced A, Double-A in the majors last year, and now Rondon going to swipe second. No throw, so Rondon will probably not get credit for the steal. The old defensive indifference. If he does, he will tie Anthony Jansanti for the team lead. Skeeters down 4-2 here. Down to their final out. 2 outs, 1 on. The 2-0. Check swing. I don't think he went. He did not. How to run the count to 3-0. Barnes leads the league in walks, would pass the baton to Jansanti, who would set himself and the Skeeters up for a walk-off win. And they will give Barnes a... Should be Rondon a stolen base. Given to Barnes for some reason. This one popped up. Right side. Will this stay in play? No. And the Skeeters are still alive. With 3-1 the count here to Barnes. A good hitter's count. Frankie Rodriguez, 9 pitches, 5 for strikes, 4 for balls. He's not out of the woods yet. They set up away and the 3-1. This one on the outside corner, 3-2. Barnes took 2 steps towards first. Skeeters down to their final strike here. Also one pitch away from bringing the winning run to the plate. Barnes 0 for 3 with a walk. Trying to have another one here. K-Rod's 3-2. This one down low, ball 4. So Barnes gets the walk anyway. Now the tying run on first. And the winning run at the plate in Jansanti, who has 16 home runs this year. Here comes Kevin Baez, the manager for the Ducks. And he's coming with the trainer. And if you're a Ducks fan, you don't like the looks of this. Tomorrow in Game 3 of this series, Game 4, excuse me, it'll be James Russell, the Skeeter southpaw and former big leaguer, 8-4 with a 2.43 ERA. He would try to become the first 9-game winner for the Skeeters against right-hander Dennis O'Grady, who is 6-3 with a 3.74 ERA. But Russell leads the Atlantic League in ERA, and Francisco Rodriguez is going to take a few practice throws here. Didn't see anything to show signs of a potential injury. That one right down the middle. Looks like he's okay. The trainer and manager Kevin Baez will go back to the dugout, so don't know what happened there. The Skeeter's still alive here. It has been a 4-2 game since the 4th. Linceps Jansanti, he's 1 for 4. He's grounded to the third, fly to center, singled and struck out. First pitch here from Francisco Rodriguez, double steal, and this one pays off, no throw. So now a base hit would tie this one. The Skeeters running here. Very surprising. So Rondon will steal third, and Barnes swipes second. So 2 steals for Rondon, and now he's ahead of Jansanti with the team lead at 35 in stolen bases. Pitch was a ball, 1-0. This pitch is swung in, crushed down the third base line, just foul. Wow, that was close. 1-1 the count on Anthony Jansanti. Skeeters trailing 4-2 here in the bottom of the 9th. This is almost a must-win game for the Ducks. If they lose tonight, they would have to win 2 of their next 3 games to get into the playoffs. Now 14 pitches for Rodriguez. The 1-1. This one in the dirt, blocked by Cabrera. 2 balls and 1 strike on number 2-1, Anthony Jansanti. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 on. Rondon at third, Barnes on at second. Yeah, since Rodriguez is in a lot of trouble here, especially after the visit to see if he was injured. The 2-1. Swung in, chop foul off of third. And again, the Skeeters down to their final strike here. The deuces are wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Skeeters trailing by 2, 4-2 here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Rodriguez will step back to the bump here. Now, if I'm guessing, and I'm Jansanti, I'm looking for an off-speed pitch here. The 2-2, swung in, a slow roller up the third base side, so he did get the off-speed pitch, but stays alive. Four runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Ducks. Skeeters twice as many hits. Are trailing 4-2. They have 2 runs on 6 hits, and they've made a pair of errors. Anthony wants timeout. Let me see if you can get that closer between 25 and 30. You got him where you want him, but only 17 pitches here for K-Rod. The 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and that's the game. Skeeters rally here in the ninth, but fall a little bit short. The final numbers look like 4 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error for the Ducks. 2 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors for the Skeeters. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll have the final numbers, preview tomorrow's Game 4 matchup. All that and more. Return on the Skeeters post-game show in a moment.
Available female is seeking a long-term relationship with someone I can depend on. For someone that I can trust and feel safe with. For someone that isn't just after me for my money. Someone who is ASC certified and can handle all my automotive needs.
Christian Brothers Automotive is the perfect match for you. Located in new territory right behind the Randalls, Christian Brothers is locally owned and operated by Kelly Adams. You can trust Kelly to take the fear out of auto care. Her number is 281-242-2886 to start your new relationship today.
Every Saturday home game at Constellation Field will feature a giveaway or a post-game concert for fans in attendance. Giveaway nights include such items as hats, SWATs and Star Wars bobbleheads,